boards at all in the temple. Maybe they'll let us go up there, but there are a lot of...
Old CP Square has 51 minus degrees of freedom, making...
On the way home, I got hungry, and I ate it.
We're Americans, and we only like competition, okay? I'm eating, and I'm reading a book, and this waitress comes up.
This moth isn't just swinging around, it's been bugged. Using electrodes implanted into its muscles.
Some are hard to respond signals with ultrasound distance sensor.
Here, signals are sent to its left flight muscle to make it lift that wing.
Out from these cells can be used to control
different signals can be sent for it to lower its wing, to lift both wings at once, or to make them flat.
They each have a motor in them, and it actually drives forward when I walk. It actually powers that knee through the step.
It's powered through Bluetooth technology.
Increasing the frequency of the pulse makes the wings beat faster. If a signal is sent only to one side while the moth is flying, it will veer in that direction. Implanted electrodes into the brains of tree beetles,
and they
close to
talk to
neurons
each other and try to
flight.
mimic the stride length.
A computer
that the
program
other
in the
one's doing. If I
device
speed
controls
up,
the
the other one
beetle,
can realize
and
it's
here,
doing it,
it
and
beats
it'll
its
speed up
wings
as well.
and takes off when a negative voltage is sent to its brain. Researchers are putting moths in control and using them as a pair of eyes. They've found out how to intercept signals from their visual system and how to use them to make a robot move. Here, a graduate student demonstrates how the robot can be steered. Combining living and machine components could eventually make robotic systems more effective.
Legs when an IED hit his convoy in Fallujah, Iraq in 2006.
The IED went off directly underneath me and took off basically everything that was hanging over the ledge of the seat, my legs. And then it killed my sergeant in front of me and my good friend next to me. My gunner lost his right leg. I shattered my hip. I had 32 pins in my hip. I broke my pelvis, so I have a 6-inch screw holding that together. I lost both legs above the knee. I broke 4 fingers, broke my jaw, broke my nose, lacerated kidney. So I recovered well, I think, and great care here and done well.
Today, I use the Bluetooth prosthetics.
It's a lot of hip control. In my other legs, I usually have to use all my thigh to power through things, but since these are moving on their own, then I actually just kind of have to lift and shift my weight a little bit.
He says they're a bit heavier than the other 2 microchip prosthetics he's worn, but they require much less effort to operate.
If they're not programmed right, they kind of do their own thing sometimes, and they'll kick for no reason. Like you'll just be standing there and be like, and just kick off to the side.
Able to master the stairs just yet.
Sometimes when you go near a computer or something, you'll hear the computer start prison, so it does do that a lot. And I'll be like, I'm sorry, and I have to turn my legs off.
Communicates robot wirelessly. The team plans to use their robot brain power. New pattern behavior in the future. They hope there are enough similarities to teach about unknown aspects of our own brain.
Thanks to chemical implants in our bodies, we can break down the alcohol in seconds. No stupor, no hangover. We can just toss them back while waiting for orders. If man realizes technology is within reach, he achieves it, like it's damn near instinctive. Look at us, for example. We're state-of-the-art. Controlled metabolisms, computer-enhanced brains, cybernetic bodies. Not long ago, this was science fiction. So what if we can't survive without regular high-level needs? Who are we to complain? I suppose an occasional tune-up is a small price to pay for all this.
I'm afraid we both signed our bodies and ghosts away to Section 9.
True. If we ever quit or retire, we'd have to give back our augmented brains and cyborg bodies. There wouldn't be much left after that. There are countless ingredients that make up the human body and mind, like like all the components that make up me as an individual with my own personality. Sure, I have a face and voice to distinguish myself from others, but my thoughts and memories are unique only to me, and I carry a sense of my own destiny. Each of those things are just a small part of it. I collect information to use in my own way. All of that blends to create a mixture that forms me and gives rise to my conscience. I feel confined, only free to expand myself within boundaries. It's like a dim, it's like a dim image in the mirror. What we see now is like a dim image in the mirror. Then we shall see face to face. Thanks to chemical implants in our bodies, we can break down the alcohol in seconds. No stupor, no hangover. We can just toss them back while waiting for orders. If man realizes technology is within reach, he achieves it, like it's damn near instinctive. Look at us, for example. We're state-of-the-art. Metabolisms, computer-enhanced brains, cybernetic bodies. Not long ago, this was science fiction. So what if we can't survive without regular high-level maintenance? Who are we to complain? I suppose an occasional tune-up is a small price to pay for all this.
I'm afraid we've both signed our bodies and ghosts away to Section 9.
True. If we ever quit or retire, we'd have to give back our augmented brains and cyborg bodies. There wouldn't be much left after that. There are countless ingredients that make up the human body and mind, like all the components that make up me as an individual with my own personality. Sure, I have a face and voice to distinguish myself from others, but my thoughts and memories are unique only to me, and I carry a sense of my own destiny. Each of those things are just a small part of it. I collect information to use in my own way. All of that blends to create a mixture that forms me and gives rise to my conscience. I feel confined, only free to expand myself within boundaries. It's like a dim, it's like a dim image. What we see now is like a dim image in the mirror. Then we shall see face to face.
To myself as I was walking in the shop.
Welcome everybody to another crazy show.
I told him take a little off the sides and leave a little on the top. 2 chairs down from me, talking shit, I can't help overhear. I couldn't help myself, I guess she caught me laughing in the mirror. Now she's shooting from the hip and slinging slack words. She's not speaking in reverse, but everything is backwards. I can't fall for anymore. Watch me walking out the door. If I'm gonna believe in her, I might as well believe in flat earth. I might as well believe in flat earth.
I didn't even know this was a song until I just looked it up right now.
She was talking, I was mocking, and I guess I couldn't stop. My eyes were rolling as she lit me up. I had to roll and drop. She said the day that I was born could tell her much about my mind. I said my sign was stop and she should really quit while she's behind. Now she's shooting from the hip and slinging slack words. She's not speaking in reverse, but everything is backwards. I can't fall for anymore. Watch me walking out the door. If I'm gonna believe in her, I might as well believe in flat earth. Time's a mystery.
I didn't even know they had a good song. Obviously, the Bare Naked Ladies have a good song. We'll talk about it in a second. If anybody wants a link, just let us know. We'll send you one.
I was talking to myself as I was walking in the shop. I can't fall for anymore. Watch me walking out the door. If I'm gonna believe in her, I might as well believe in flat earth. I might as well believe in flat earth. I might as well believe in flat earth. I might as well believe in flat earth.
Nice. Good on you, Bare Naked Ladies. I only thought you had a little bit of good music. You actually have more than I realized. That's one of the better songs that we have going up here. So let me just get to this thingy bobber. Jesus Christ, I can't believe we're going to have to go through this again. Where are those idiots? Where did that go? Okay, there it is. Okay. I just want to find the video to make sure that I have it up. I can't even believe we're going over this. But I put out a poll in the community tab, and I asked y'all what you want to see more of, and you all collectively said flat earth. So we will keep going over flat earth until we have beaten the crap out of it. And even then, we'll probably keep beating that dead horse until they stop making videos. And we will go over, you all said that you wanted conspiracy theory, other stuff, aliens, cryptids, and ghosts and other things like that. So we will be going over everything. I'm going to keep, especially if we can get as many views as we got for going over Andrew Tate. And I guess he just put himself inside of a fake cell for 48 hours and streamed it or something. So we've got to go over that, obviously. So we'll be doing that. So let's get into bringing in our guests. If there's anybody in the side of my chats who wants a link, please let one of us know, and we will send you one, of course. If you already are a stream perv, you just jump on, just like you know. That's why we love having a community where I don't have to send out links every time if you're a part of the pervs. So let's get into bringing in our, well, I have to do this, of course. We do not believe in any of the commentation, blah, 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 of the people that we're going over, especially today with being a flat earth. We are definitely do not agree with any of these half-wits. Let's put it that way to be nice. I got a new microphone, everybody. So thank you. All the people that donated, got me to do shots, paid for the super chats and the memberships and all that. You did buy this microphone. So I hope it sounds good. We're still trying to dial it in. This is the second time it's used, and we will see how it goes. It seems to be working really well. Everybody's been giving me positive feedback so far. So let's go ahead and play our dumb intro.
It's just like Killer Cop 4, but she's got Hema instead of fry cook balls. I need you, Action Bastard. Action Bastard, I need you. Action Bastard, I need you. Why am I wasting time dancing?
You want to know why? Because the world is fucking flat, dog. And everything that you see up there, as far as like planets or stars, yeah, guess what, dude? It's fucking fake. It's just lights up there. The government put those lights up there so you dummies could just act like there's something up there.
Wait a second. Are you a flat earther?
Call a crackhead. You're stupid. Yeah.
Yeah, you're stupid. All right. So let's begin bringing in our guests, and then we will say hello to the side of my chats. Our first guest, of course, is technically the co-host of this channel, and of course is our...
But some people without brains do an awful lot of talking, don't they?
Yes, I guess you're right.
Yes,
How are you doing,
yes, I guess you're right. I'm doing okay.
Good.
I'm not all alone at the moment. I'm doggy sitting for my parents, so.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. What type of dog is it again? I forgot.
Border Collie.
Oh, that's one of my favorite dogs. That was the first dog that I had when I was a child, was a Border Collie. When I was, we moved to California when I was 5. So this must have been when I was, 3 or 4. But I still have memories of this because they're a herding animal.
Yeah.
When we lived in Estes Park on multiple acres, or like an acre. I'm going to say an acre. At least almost an acre, if not an acre. And we would be playing out in the middle of nowhere. And as soon as my mom would go, that dog would just grab me by the back of my jacket or whatever, and it would just take me home.
Oh, yeah. You can teach them a lot of things.
Yeah. And so they would do that to me and then my brother. So it literally just hung around us, and we just got to hang out in the woods near like deers and all this stuff. And 3 years old, of course, we weren't that far away, but every time the whistle happened, that dog knew exactly to bring us home for whatever reason. So that was so much fun, having that memory. So let's bring in our next guest. And of course, that is everybody's Glober.
Mama.
Oh, Mama.
And there's our Glober Mama. How are you doing?
Unmute. Hello. I was thinking it's gonna mute for me after those go off.
Yeah.
Hello.
How's your day going so far?
Doing good. Played some got my Daniel Pratt video done and premiered it, and then played some Phasmophobia with a few people. So
nice.
Yeah. Oh no, I had a good day so far.
With a few nice people.
Yeah.
And skits.
And skits. Yeah, I still owed him 2 cursed deaths in Phasmo, but on one of the houses, both he and I were killed in the same room. I'm like, okay, that's one of my cursed hunts for you, done and dusted. You still owe you one more.
Nice. All right, let's bring in our next guest. And once again, if there's anybody who wants to join us, just let us know. And that, of course, is everybody's.
I love that movie.
Oh, I do too.
Howdy, sister.
You're muted.
Hi, everyone. You're right.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the lag over my I can't do anything.
Yeah.
I just have to wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately.
It always takes a second.
Sorry, I've been
Getting used to it.
AWOL. Yeah, sorry, I've been a bit AWOL. Had to help my friend. She's now been made homeless, and her mum's kicked her out and fired her because her mum's a bitch, basically. There's a long history of abuse there. So I had to get her settled. She's sofa surfing at mine for half the week, and she has to sofa surf at another house for the other half, because otherwise it risks both of our benefits if we have her full time.
Yeah, totally. For sure.
Yeah.
So
we understand.
I'm not going to be able to be about as much for a little bit, because we need to try and figure out logistics of who goes where and everything. But yeah,
Helping friends goes first.
Yep.
always.
Exactly.
IRL goes
It's not the
first.
first
Real
time
life
I've
is
had
more important than
friends
YouTube.
come stay with me. Oh yeah, it's not the first time I've had friends come stay with me, so they're not on the streets, and it won't be the last.
Yeah.
I've got
not.
an
That's
open
how-
door policy with all my friends.
Yeah,
exactly. I have a rotating door policy, but that's completely different. We'll
That's
talk
a
about
whole
that
different
later.
animal.
Yeah, that's,
Mhm.
that's
I
another.
thought it was rotating
thing.
backdoor policy, but
Yeah,
we'll
well,
take it.
exactly. It's the rotating backdoor
my God, that is
policy, but we'll
brilliant.
talk. All right. So I hope that you're enjoying my new microphone. Does it sound a lot better?
Oh, it sounds
It
good.
sounds really good.
Mhm.
Awesome. I'm so glad that I
'cause
actually.
I've not. It's a massively noticeable change for me, considering I've not been watching videos either the whole time I've been gone. So I have that very vivid memory of the old mic still.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
Really
So
good
I'm glad.
change.
Thank you. And it really just was the microphone, and it's the same sound equipment going through it, but I've had to dial it differently, and I'm still working on dialing it in. So it may get a little bit more crisper. If it sounds a little echoey, I'm going to put something up behind my monitor so that will dampen some more sound, but we're working in getting it better. And then eventually I should be able to get a better computer soon as well, so that we can make these things a little bit smoother, since now YouTube's paying me even though it's shite, and there's a couple more things that are helping, and I'm getting a lot more gigs since I lost so many gigs because I thought I was moving somewhere that didn't happen, but that's okay. I don't care.
Yep. Yeah,
But I'm getting all my gigs back, and
good.
doing big shows.
Well, that's good.
I think I told you all, but if not, there's a car show in Alamosa, Colorado. I think I'm saying that right. That just hired me to go down there the middle of next month to do.
Okay.
So more and more, I'm just picking up more and more gigs and talking to more people. So it's going to pick back up again, and I will be back to performing almost every weekend like I used to be.
Good.
It has been nice not having a couple gigs and going out and like hanging out at the bars I used to, and seeing all my old friends. That's been fun the last couple weekends. And then semi getting in trouble. Not really, but like yeah, there's been some interesting times we had at the bar the last couple of days. This one dude got way too drunk, and he was like, he has a wife, was supposed to go pick her up, and was hitting on all these like ladies at the bar, and we were like,
oh no.
And then we had him out front, and then his wife shows up that he was supposed to pick up with her friend, and she's like, you're supposed to pick me up a half an hour ago, and we were just like, yeah, it was some fun.
So he was lucky you guys got him out of the door.
Well, he's lucky that there was us around for sure, because he it would not have been fun for him if he would have stuck around. But anyways, so yeah, I've been having fun not doing gigs, but now I'm picking up gigs, and the money's coming back in, so that hopefully I can work on getting a new sound system with the computer and blah blah blah. So anyways, we have our next guest that's coming in that I was waiting for, and here is their intro.
I love that. It's the first
Love
time
it.
I've been to see that. I love it though.
I need to slow
Poor
it.
kitty. But
I
oh
know
my
I
god,
need to
that's
slow it
funny.
down though. I do need to slow it down because I think it should be a little bit slower.
A little bit
you know?
slower, yeah. A little
Think,
bit
you know,
slower.
like,
Yeah, just like skits.
yeah, exactly. But I'm
Great.
Pretty
How
slow.
are you doing? How are you doing, sir?
I'm good, man. I'm good. You know, I'm glad I got today off. I get to hang out with y'all. It's a good day.
Awesome. I am so glad that you're on panel with us again because it's been so long.
Too
and
long.
we love seeing your handsome face because you know now it
He's
it
even more
ebbs it.
handsome in person.
I'm sure he is. I can't wait to meet you in person.
Making us
there,
jealous,
Skits.
Mom.
I'm sorry.
I know.
Right?
But
Next year we'll get skits out. We'll have Slim out.
Slim, yeah.
And the three of us will have a good birthday weekend. It'll be fun.
What about me?
Exactly.
Well, if we can
we're
get
gonna-
you out, we can bring you out. If we can get you out here,
We're gonna try
fly
to get
out
all the Americans in there, and if we could get the Europeans, that'd be great. But Skits makes the handsome factor go way more because my ugly ass is here, and so now there's the handsome factor to it.
oh, your ugly ass is just fine.
You make up it. You make up.
I mean,
with
your
other
ass may be
attributes.
ugly, but your face is good.
Okay, well, thank you. All right. So since we already have our Skits here, that we might as well play their commercial because Skits is our channel sponsor.
Mhm.
So
And
there we go.
I do have to add, like, not just his face that's good.
You know, he's got a hot body
Okay.
too. I mean, we've seen him like put up
He's
his arms a
hot.
couple times, and I'm like, yeah. And then he's got his pussy shirt, his lightning pussy shirt on. So. All right, so let's go ahead and say hello to the side chats right quick, and then we'll get into the idiocracy of this. We have a Canadian Ollieman. We have an NANA.
Howdy.
We got a Charles.
Hello, guys.
Unfortunately, what's going on is flat Earth that we're going to be talking about.
Yep.
So we have a J Troy. We have a What the Beck. Once again, if anybody wants to join us, just let us know and we will send you a link. We have an Al Trucker,
Mm-hmm.
a Super Magos,
A super asshole.
the Demons of
Hold on.
Demon Orb, hey.
We have a It's a Me, a Mario.
It's a me, Mario.
Welcome, everybody. I think
Oh, why are you watching him? Oh my god. Guy's such an idiot.
Well, unfortunately, isn't that who we're watching? Is that Flat Earth Dave or is that another Dave?
That you're thinking of a different one. I don't know.
Okay. Well,
I don't know. David
they're all-
Weiss, I'd never had respect for the man. I had even less respect for the man when he did that video with that elderly woman and played on her emotions and her her learning flat earth when she was in 20 or 30, when it was like 1920s to 30s when she was in school or something. And just, I'm like, no, you do not do that. You could tell she was not in her right state of mind.
Well, I thought that's who Flat
He
Earth Dave
was
was.
putting memories in her mind.
She was in an old, yes, yeah.
Yeah, he coached her into saying
He
all of
coached
that.
her
Like,
and he
that's
played on her
really-
emotions about Jesus. And you could tell she was getting emotional.
Yeah,
He's like,
she
isn't
did.
that great? It's like, oh my God, you son of a bitch. If
Yeah,
you are
no,
my
it-
grandmother, I'd be beating the shit out of you right now.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. B, I feel like you're first time or you're here. I don't know if you've ever
Beach
seen
8, yeah, I know Beach 8. He's
Okay.
I think you've been here before. I'm not sure Beach 8, but
Okay. We got a
can't
doorknob
remember.
head.
Mr. B. I'm not.
No, Mr. B.
oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, Mr. B.
I'm not seeing that whole. Sorry.
And
but anyways,
Skits is at it again.
I'm down. Like
Yeah,
I'm not
sure,
seeing
yes.
all the thing here. Yeah,
no
yeah.
worries. So it doesn't matter.
We'll get there,
to
Skits.
them. Yeah. And then the West Side Girl reacts. How are you doing?
Hey,
I'm
West
just gonna call
Side
you West Side
Girl.
Girl. And then Beach 8.
West Side Girl.
What's up? Let's see. I got a West Side girl living in a West Side world. Oh, okay. Hey, Jasper. Oh, we can parody anything on this channel. We could, if you give me the right reference, we can make fun of anything on this channel. So, anyways, I think that's everybody. If anybody wants to say hello that hasn't, please do. I'm guessing that Schizomacrasher gave out thingies, or
He did. He gave out thingies.
Yep.
Remember,
Okay,
he's channel legend. Remember, not channel sponsor.
Yeah, channel legend. That's right.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm gonna do this right quick then, just so I can see it. I'm gonna pop she out because unfortunately it doesn't show us on that end like it should. It should show us way more, but it doesn't. So now I can see what exactly happened.
Why don't
I don't
you have
see.
the regular chat on your other screen?
Yeah, I only have one screen.
Thanks, West Side Girl. Yeah, he was being too much of an ass.
Everybody
Sorry.
say thank you if you are here for the membership from the Schizomacrasher.
Mhm.
I do have a new emoji. If you put in alien or the dot, is it colon? It's colon, right? Colon alien, I think, and then that's the newest one. So when it's aliens, aliens. There we go. It's the
Got it.
aliens one. So
There you go. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, and we are going to have another one that I don't know how I'm going to do beets and rice, but I'm going to try to do beets and rice or a Jeebus one or something like that. It's gonna be something like that next. I'm still
Well, if you do the video and take that little bowl, and do just a bowl of
if I
it,
can
maybe
make it
that's
just
a possibility.
I don't. They have moving GIFs or they have animated GIFs that we can use, but I'm going to try. So I'm doing that next.
Yeah.
Hello, Edison Carter.
And you're most welcome.
Yeah, welcome. If there's anybody else that we did not say hello to, welcome. If you want to be a lurker, go ahead and be a lurker. If you would like to join the conversation, because it makes it a lot more fun when y'all say things that we get dumbfounded by, and then we'll say out loud, or just add to the conversation when you have a question, or that when somebody says something, you're like, no, that's not how it works, dumbass. Like, then, put your 2 cents in for sure, especially if you're in any field that disproves any of this bullshit. Just fucking let me know. How would you like to join? Would you like to actually come on the stream? Because we definitely, I think at this point, I think we can trust you, or at least we'll send you a link. And
if they're annoying, we can always kick them.
Well, that's how it works.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure they're not going to porn you. So
I am the king of my stream. No, I'm just kidding.
So they threaten me to kicking me out when I get annoying too. It's okay.
Yeah. West Side. I don't. If anybody has a link to connect her with something, please do that. If not, we may just put it in the
West Side. Are you on Discord, West Side?
Are you on Slim's Discord?
Am I feeling brave tonight? I'm actually feeling brave tonight. I am actually.
Let's see.
Slim, we can go halfway and post it in your Discord.
That or
she's not on your Discord.
I mean, literally, we could just see what happens. We could just do this and see what happens, and see how much fun it's gonna be.
I'm pretty sure it's not gonna.
Okay, here we blow.
There you go.
Let's
fun begin.
She says her name at Gmail, so you can probably send her a link via Gmail.
We already.
It's already in the side of the chat.
Okay.
Too late now.
We already did it.
We can always
already
kick
did it.
Well, no, we don't want to. People that are listening are pretty well behaved anyway.
Yeah.
Well, and again, I'm
got
not
just
going.
two gray ones, but like
just so FYI, if you
Beach
try
8 is cool, by the way. Beach 8 I've known for a few years. He's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
He,
really
them,
quick.
they.
Yeah, so really quick, if you try to come in here with a weird name that we don't notice, especially if you're trying to come in from being in the side chat, then we're not going to let you in. If we don't notice a name, we're not going to let you in. So put something that we can notice, and we're going to let you in. Yeah. But if anything happens, you get kicked. But I don't feel like at this point that I'm even close to being famous enough for us to actually have any of that bullshit happen. So like, I'm not that scared at all.
You're welcome, Beach.
And let's be honest, like if your name is different on StreamYards than in the side chat, there is a private chat in StreamYards where you can mention that what your side chat name is, right?
Yeah, and we'll figure it out, and then we'll go from there. But anyways,
If you're a nice person,
yeah, we know you're fine, doorknob head. Oh, never mind.
mighty fun.
Mighty fine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. So let's go ahead and begin getting into the idiocracy of this. I've never heard of this channel before that we're going to be going over, but this is on Flat Earth Dave's thingy-mabobber. Give me just a second.
There is a lady in the back
to pull you in. Yeah.
That grand finale is going to be.
What we're going to do is welcome. How are you doing? We don't hear you yet.
Oops, is she
go.
muted?
There it
West
is.
Side. Oh no, she's not muted. Hey, West Side.
I do see
vehicle.
something moving. So it does look like they're talking.
I don't see that on my end.
There's
but
there's 3 dots up above your thing. Click that and check audio. Make sure you're on the right mic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear a car.
It sounds like somebody frying bacon to me.
Delicious.
Yummer. So, anyways,
Good idea.
I can't hear.
Oh yeah, that is the one in the top middle is David Weiss, that idiot David Weiss. Yeah.
That's what I was. Yeah. And he calls himself Flat Earth Dave.
Flat Earth Dave, which is so stupid.
Yeah. West Side. Let us know whenever I can hear myself. So I think you're almost there. I think you almost got your settings right.
And mute. Hang on.
Okay.
Oh, excuse me.
Will somebody let them back in as soon as they join back in? So I don't know what this channel that he was on is UNIFYD. I don't remember what it's called. What we're gonna do, because this dude talks for like 5 minutes or 8 minutes about how he wants this to be a proper conversation. We're just gonna like go around that, and we're just gonna get to where the dumbasses start talking. And I love how I just fucking stopped on this. I just noticed this. Look at this dude's face.
Sorry.
Nice.
His tongue is all out, like, oh, jeebus. And look at guys. Look, I learned I can have this thing toggled up here now, so I can turn them on and off. Look,
nice.
Look.
Ooh.
I actually learned. I'm as an old dog. I learned the new tricks.
Gotta learn all those new tricks, Slim. Wink, wink.
Yeah, unfortunately, they you know, that's what they told me. The only way to get new subscribers is I gotta learn new tricks. So goddamn, I'm over here learning new tricks. Just let us know when you have your stuff figured out. West Side, we definitely want to have you on because you seem very, very interesting. And yeah. Let's see. Aren't we all trolls? Totally. We're totally all trolls. That's exactly what we is. That's who the douche nozzle is that we'll be kind of covering. And we have Witit Gets It and Jerkism.
Yeah. So the channel this is on is probably one of Stupid David's other channels where he does interviews. So he has a separate channel for that, it looks like.
Okay, yeah, okay.
So I put the link in the side chat.
Yeah, definitely. You want to see whose feet? Okay, we'll talk about that later there, doorknob ahead.
That costs extra.
Yeah, anyways, I believe
nobody wants to see my feet. They're gross. They're
dude,
awful.
my feet are oddities' feet. My toes go over other toes feet. And
really?
Guy with a foot.
Yeah,
I have real stubby toes. No one wants to see my feet.
Yeah, you need to Vila. You need to do a foot fetish website thingy and then make some money off that.
OnlyFans. You do OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Show your feet.
Exactly.
Definitely need the
Yeah.
extra money now. Got a couple more mouths to feed.
Yeah, they definitely that's a thingy bobber on the OnlyFans. You might want to start doing that. It'd be easy because you can just show your feet. Anyways, Witit never gets it. Exactly.
Nope,
this guy's
does.
a douche nozzle. He's a fucking idiot. Same with jerk offinism. And then
Jeranism is oh my god.
I hate Jeranism so much.
When I listened to him on MC Tunes, it was like, oh my god, this guy is such an arrogant bastard.
Dude, okay,
You
so
know?
let's it's
no
not
problem,
working on
West
your
Side
end.
Girl. She's my fault.
Not 100%. It's technology. It's not
it's
your, but whatever. If you can figure it out and you want to try a couple more times, don't worry about that. We'll totally let you.
Yeah.
Like I said, we'd love to have you on here because you've actually added a bunch to the conversation in the side of the chats recently. So feet guys, wake up. Yeah, exactly. Anyways, let's blow on to this. So it looks like there is shots.
Yes.
There's shots fired.
So at least we have one. Hold on. I'm sorry I'm not trying to put. Wait. Let me do this. We got to have you right under me. There we blow.
Ooh.
Oh, hey.
There we go.
Oh, I'm on the bottom. Tickle, 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 tickle.
Well, I think Vila likes being the bottom, so we'll put her on the bottom.
Okay. Yeah. I don't mind her tickling me. That's
Definitely
fine.
a bottom.
And Slim, you don't know how much I would love to be in the middle.
Skits.
You
are in the middle.
How much you would love to be in the middle.
Never mind.
I gotcha. Yeah, it's like a vertical human centipede. Exactly.
Oh my.
Okay.
Go ahead.
She's
go
back
ahead
in.
and
Go ahead and talk, West.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Woo! Heard you.
See,
Whee!
my whole channel's a thirst trap. Gotcha. My partner is actually the good-looking one. I'm the ugly guy.
Aww.
Okay.
Well,
I know the feeling.
We can't tell that until you show us 4K video of you both together.
Exactly.
No, never mind. We'll talk about that later. I'm just kidding.
Citation needed.
Yeah, exactly. Side titties needed. I mean, never mind. Side boob needed. No, I'm just kidding. So let's do a shot right quick, and then we'll get into the idiocracy of this. Cheers, bro. Salute, Solanche, all the above. Skull, tap on the thing.
Ooh, bad vodka. Bad vodka.
Bad vodka.
Good vodka.
There we go.
Good vodka.
Another drink. Or is that your chaser?
That's
your chaser. Okay.
Same difference. All right. So let's go ahead and begin the idiocracy of this, because I think this is where we get to where Flat Earth Dave begins the conversation about how he believes that the Flat Earth app that he has up behind him,
the one that's wrong,
works.
you mean?
Yeah, exactly. That does not work at all. But this is the
well,
first
even though
thing he brings
it
up.
works twice. I think it works twice a day. That's about it.
It's just like it's a broken clock, just like this. This is right twice a day.
Yeah.
Even if it's wrong,
it's right twice a day.
Even a broken clock is right twice a day. Well,
yep.
If it's an analog clock, then
No, it's a stop clock is right twice a day. A broken clock just depends. If it's off, it's off. It's never right.
That's true.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. If it's an analog clock.
Okay. Yeah. If it blinks 12, then it's right twice a day still. Or
Yeah, that's true. If it's stuck on 310, it's twice. It's right twice a day. Okay.
No.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah.
No, twice.
AM
3
and
p.m. and AM and PM.
No, that's.
We don't do 24-hour clocks over here. Okay, I'm so sorry.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You don't have 24
we
hours.
can. We just don't.
and the whole military time. Most of Americans do not understand that concept.
And even if we did, it's still right twice a day. It still goes on 3 and the 3 hand on 3 and the hand on the 10 twice a day.
Oh yeah, an analog clock. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I play with myself twice a day. Does that mean this? Never mind. We'll talk about that later.
Only twice.
Wow. Well, he's kind of, he's back working a lot now. You got to give him a break there.
Yeah. I'm a lot more hands-on with other things. So
yes.
Anyways, all right. So before we get to this, I have to play this. If you aren't, please imbibe, because we're going to get into some idiocracy. Take some shots, drink a beer, smoke a joint, do something, because this is pretty much what life is going to be like for a second.
What?
So on the screen, we all know who's.
What? Oh. Who's in this shit?
I was saying on the screen, we all know who's who, correct? Because some people may not know who's who on there.
Okay. Let's do this right quick. This is the interviewer.
Yes.
And he is an interviewer as well.
We need more John Madden tones out of you. This is the interview here.
See, this is the interview here. And then when we got over here, we got this flatter Dave, and he thinks the earth is really flat because this guy and his name is Witit, and he doesn't even get it because he's really dumb. And then this guy's name is Jeranism, and he just doesn't know how to germ any ism, so he's just an ism of the germs. And
there we go.
Here. And so this guy is going to be interviewing these three guys because they're going to make this pattern. It's going to be a triangle, and that's exactly what the Illuminati wants you to think.
I was going to say Illuminati confirmed.
And then he doesn't know what's going on because he's only like half here because he's like barely in the conversation. But this is where the Illuminati is going to get you. And if we go like this, we're going to show that there's a Satanism pattern right here. There's a Satanism.
Oh, there's a spark. There it is.
Some there in there somewhere. Okay. All right.
Hey, Sydney. Sydney just popped in, everybody. Say hi.
Hi, Sydney. All right. So if there's anybody else on the side of my chats who's not said hello to us, please do. And let's read this right quick. The quantum physics has been found that only a source of energy immense enough to cause a subatomic particles to travel backwards in time, as whatever that is Chuck Norris's roundhouse
neutrinos.
Neutrinos is Chuck Norris's roundhouse kick. Chuck Norris can bend space and time whenever he wants and however he wants. He's that.
How do you think the Big Bang happened? Chuck Norris used his chin fist, and
that's exactly how we came. See, so Chuck Norris is our god. All hail Chuck Norris.
All hail. Wait, he's a prick.
He's the god of the universe.
Oh my god. You know how funny it would be to fucking do an AI version of Chuck Norris being Jesus and the God, and like if you made a whole Jeebus Christ. Okay, I'm not even gonna get into that, how much fun that would be.
That would be fun.
People, I still love Chuck Norris in dodgeball. Like, thank you, Chuck Norris.
Yeah. Neutrinos are like mini pizza rolls, exactly. They're very mini, exactly. All right, so here we blow.
We're gonna spend a few minutes.
Give me a second to do this. We'll give us some volume. That should be enough. If it's too loud, let me know.
Each question, keep rolling.
Okay, that should be good.
Conversation moving forward, and we'll take it from there. So, Dave, I know you want to say something, and then Aaron, you take it away, and we'll jump in.
Yeah, I want to say first, we don't have we're hearing the game plan for the first time right here. We did not plan this conversation any farther than we've gone so far. I want to say we're going to be discussing a lot of things. We're going to go out there and up there. We're going to go all over the place, and we're going to speculate. And we're going to look at evidence and ideas. But
unfortunately, he thinks he's going outside of his smooth brain, but no, he's fucking staying inside of his dumb skull.
Smooth brain.
He literally he literally thinks that he knows what's going to be going outside of anything. But what's the first thing you're showing us behind you is a fucking app that fucking barely even works and does not show you outside of the galaxy. But sure, let's go with what your first inclination is.
And mind you, it's an app that you pay $4 for.
It's $4.99.
You have to pay. Yeah. There's certain things you have to pay for to look at stuff on it. You have to pay it monthly.
But it's not too creepy,
he has
with the
videos on it. Yeah. Oh God.
What?
He has a find your friend part on there. Find a flat Earth friend. Yeah, there's actually people in Antarctica on that app.
Jesus Christ.
And if you look on the app, it doxes where the people live. It doxes the people, not just where they live, but a lot of stuff.
No, but it doesn't steal your information at all. No, not at all. Why would a flat
Yeah.
Earth thing steal your information and sell it to another company?
So you know people.
Yeah.
I believe is it also for Android?
I think so. I think it's for all platforms. Yeah.
I believe
pretty
it was
sure
because
if you're if you buy an app,
yeah,
and you're not content with
But
it,
you-
in
yeah,
a certain time you get
mhm.
your money back.
Mm-hmm.
And there are also free apps that give you a location.
Yeah.
Just saying.
hey D.
You can do that
idiocracy
without getting
is-
yourself doxxed.
Yeah, well, go ahead and download any flat Earth fucking app and don't feel like that they're stealing your shit. I mean, they probably are gonna get your credit
Yeah.
card number somehow. Anyways, let's keep blowing on.
Well, I would be surprised if they could do that. If they could
Well,
get
it's
my
not
credit
flat.
card number.
It's not flat earthers that are making the apps. It is people that are trying to steal your information that are making.
Yeah.
The big problem is I'm not American, so I don't depend on a credit card. I don't even have one.
Okay, well, I mean that's part of it, I guess. But yeah, I guess you don't have it. But anyways, they're totally in the Americas stealing your information for sure. with these apps.
It's just a thing that, yeah. I mean, you're paying for something that doesn't work anyway. You just think it works because he claims it works. You know.
Yeah, and if you look at it, like, how would it work? Especially, why can I see the moon in the middle of the day during certain days? Like, how?
Well, and then a lot of people have debunked this because like where the sun is on a certain day, that's not where it actually is on that day.
Yeah.
In real
and,
life. Yeah.
Like if they're like a reflection of it on the dome, that doesn't make sense either.
Mhm.
So like, but let's see where Flat Earth Dork goes, and let's see where he tries to get himself dug into a hole, because he digs himself into a hole really fucking fast.
If we want to prove the shape of the Earth, we don't have to look any farther than below our feet, because we can test right here. And there's basically, if the Earth is a sphere, it has curvature, and if it's a sphere and spinning in space, it has axial rotation. And I just like to point out that you have to have that, and you'd be able to demonstrate how you could have high pressure, our atmosphere, adjacent to low pressure or no pressure space without a physical container. So
a gradient.
Dude, our atmosphere is not high pressure. Our atmosphere is not high pressure.
It's not.
It's a pressure gradient.
Jesus, how are these?
The high pressure is at the surface, and it gets less and less and less and less till it's almost nothing in space.
Yeah. Exactly, and space is not a complete vacuum; it is a near vacuum. Correct? Like
it's a near vacuum. Exactly.
Yeah, it's
like he thinks the whole atmosphere is high pressure, and then space is low pressure. It's like there's this. You know what I mean? That's not how it works.
And they fucking think it's like Spaceballs. They think that there is a thing surrounding a hard shell surrounding us that has an open hole that you can put.
Not even has a hole. It's just a dome around us. We can't get out.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying is like their comprehension of this is just so nil.
They don't understand.
Oh, but they like paying 10 to the negative 17 tour because that sounds scary.
Yeah, because that sounds like a wacky,
That
scary.
sounds like a very, very negative number.
Yeah, and Tor. Oh my God, Tor. That sounds so scary. So it's hilarious. I want you to watch. I want everybody to watch the faces of this gentleman and this gentleman.
Yeah,
the whole time that this douche is talking, because
I'm getting the feeling they probably don't interview flat earthers very often.
No. This is, I think, the first time they've ever interviewed flat earthers.
Axial rotation, which has never been measured by anyone ever in history. Curvature,
Bullshit.
which has never been measured by anyone ever in history. And
dumbass.
having high pressure next to no pressure or low pressure without a physical barrier has never been demonstrated in lab or in nature. So it's kind of weird that all three of those things cannot be proven, which would be necessary if we
No, every time that we prove it, that you fucking say it, even though he's misrepresenting what he's saying. But every time we prove these things, you just go, "Nuh-uh," because I couldn't touch it with my finger or my eyeball couldn't see it. I'm like, that's not how the world works, you dumb cunt. The reason why we have very, very highly calculated measuring devices that are very, very precise, and or if you don't use them 100% right in the right environment, you're not going to get a correct calculation. So you need to use these things in a certain way, in a certain order, and by their own standards that are made to show you these things, to have these things happen. If you're an idiot and you take certain measuring devices and you try to use it and you don't know how to use it, it's going to make it look like it's wrong. No, you need somebody who knows how to use these devices to fucking make it work. That's the part of it.
Right.
Yeah.
If you don't know how to use a fucking chainsaw and how to oil it and how to do all this stuff, eventually it's going to clog up and it's not going to work, or you're going to bust the chain, or the chain's going to fly up and hit you in the face.
Yeah, well, some flat earthers are capable of using certain equipment, but then they'll get mad when it says 15 degrees per hour.
Yeah.
And not just that. Yeah, some of these idiots can, like Nathan figured out how to bounce a ping pong ball on a fucking sledgehammer. That's not science. You just
he does that, and then he memorizes stuff.
And then he memorizes.
That's not. Then he claims it grows his brain. It's like, that's not how that works. You're just memorizing stuff. You're not learning it. You're memorizing it. That's it.
It's a circus trick. That's all he did.
Exactly.
It's what you do for a circus trick. So that doesn't prove shite. So anyway.
Hey, Harry Warp's here. Hello.
Hey, Harry. No, but Slim, but like that's how you get taught that you learn, because that's how you learn in school. You just remembering shit. It's just
I know. No,
most
I know.
of the things are lists. And that's one thing
Well, you're remembering stuff, but then they give you tests later on down the road to see if you know it.
But
he just memorizes it and spouts it out like, see, I know everything. That's what he does.
Yeah, and what we're supposed to be learning is how to think critically and or use the scientific method to think, and not just sputter out random facts and or what we think is a number that says anything. That's what I hate about David Weiss, because he's like, you globers don't even know the numbers that are. Why do I need to know how fast they're?
Why do we need to know all these numbers? That's not necessary.
Yeah, all I need
because you're not relative speed, dude.
Yeah,
like people said, well, it's spinning this whatever relative to what? That number, that speed is relative to what?
My dick. Anyways. No, but then the other thing is, so me being a sideshow artist and me being a carnival performer and me running carnival games, the only maths I need to know is how to run my fucking shit, homie. I don't need to know how fast the earth is spinning, going around, even though we know 15 degrees per fucking hour, you idiot.
Yeah.
But besides that, all I need to know is inside my craft. When I'm making resin artwork, I need to know that these things do these things if I put them together chemically to make this thing happen. That has to do with all the math that fucking the globes use, right? It's globetardia to use their thing against us, even though but I prove it every day by making art with using these things that I have to use science, mathematical equations, and then same with swallowing sword and everything. So you idiots, you are so fucking white and you're so privileged that your punk ass can't go through life understanding what it's like to actually have oppression. You have to make oppression for yourself, you fucking losers. That's what they do. They're so fucking they're so privileged that's what they do. They're like, oppression. People don't
you're persecuting me.
Being persecuted. You know, there are fucking families that are dying in the streets of homelessness and starvation and heat and exposure. What does your fucking flat earth have to do with that, you dumb cunt? You should be out there fucking helping those people. Instead, you all are fucking out here going, but in my world, I think that there's a way that there's a it's like the Matrix. If you bash your head against the wall 5 times and turn yourself around and then eat some paint chips. Like,
tasty.
Paint chips.
Yeah, I love those paint chips when I was a kid. No, I'm just kidding. So, anyways, like that's your idiocracy that we're dealing with right now. Is these people are so privileged in their life, they have to go and make themselves persecuted by also thinking that they're being persecuted by knowing a fake knowledge that they don't understand. And once again, just because you know a couple numbers doesn't mean shit, homie. Who's got a cute purse, honey? Where's the cute purse? I'm sure that Dave's got a cute purse.
They had a globe. So
I do have to say that the only reason why I'm still believing as we speak in a spherical image, because I've seen evidence to all those things, which I think we can cover, and then let's see what you guys have to say about that. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm not. You know, it's always with that thing. So
can I ask you one question, Jason, just because I saw you talking about the space perspective? That's what it's called?
Space perspective, yeah.
Right. So I just was looking it up. It goes 95,000 feet only.
Correct. 100,000 feet to be exact, yes.
Which you call the edge of space, which wouldn't even be close, right? It's not even close to the edge of space, but
it depends where you consider the atmosphere. Over there, it would be 99.
Once again, we're
okay.
talking.
Oh my God.
Go ahead, Mama, because you.
When they do this, there's an arbitrary line that we have for space that we.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's the Kármán line, which is what, 100 miles?
100 kilometers, I think.
100 kilometers?
Sure.
Yeah. So that's right. And so it's not an exact, it's just an arbitrary line that we gave, okay, for here's low Earth orbit or whatever, here's space, or no, well, here's what we consider space.
We gotta give a thing a name.
Yeah, exactly.
So we know where we are.
And the main reason why we're doing that right now is because of what we're doing with satellites and inner and outer and in between things we're putting into space, right?
Right,
so
right.
There are low orbit balloons. There are upper things, satellites. There's an outer orbit, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So the reason, again, like Brainless just said, we have to classify things because if we didn't, how do you explain it, you idiots? We have to explain these things because that's how the world works.
We humans label things. We give things we give an arbitrary lines. We'll label things like the Kármán line. We call it the edge of space. It's not the literal edge of space. It's just a figurative term, you know. But they want to use it like it's a literal thing. No.
Come on, we're all. We know we're all jealous of Adam getting to name everything in the world, you know?
Right.
Yeah, you know how long that motherfucking shit would have taken to fucking name everything? That fucking would take forever. And then why do we have names for things that do not correlate with the language of the times? Because not everything was named at the same time, you fucking weirdos.
Yeah.
Like,
and why do we still find things that don't have names?
Yeah, exactly. We're finding new things all the time.
Names are something that we made up to name things, so we see another one. Oh, that's this. That's this.
Yeah. And another big one they fall for is just because they sound the same, doesn't mean they have the same like linguistic root.
Of course, exactly.
Like they'll say, gold, and then guild. Those are sort of, but they'll be like, they're very much related, and it's like, well, one's got a Latin base and one's got a Aramaic base. So they're not the same thing. They have different histories. Just because they sound the same doesn't mean they go together, and it's not some blaringly obvious deep state secret thing going on. And it's so annoying.
Yeah, and most of the time, especially through different languages, you will have a long version, middle, and then short version of it, where slang becomes the short version of it, right? So cat, dog, those are so if you go to another culture and they had gone through a different process of changing words into different versions, that doesn't mean there's a complete direct path. Slang turns into things from
Vulpus. Latin. We now know as like fox.
Yeah. Not fucks, but fox. But anyways. Well,
Like the
again,
Entertainment Network?
yeah. Well, no, the Fox Network is a whole different thing.
That's
It's
a whole different thing. Yeah.
We'll talk. Yeah.
The Fox Network is a whole that's like an OnlyFans website. Just
Yeah.
Foxy
And then
fox. Foxy fox.
a foxy fox. Anyways,
Foxy fox.
yeah, exactly. But anyways,
Well,
let's keep
sounds
going
interesting. Are you on there, Vila?
on. Yeah, her OnlyFans is Foxy Fox.
Foxy Fox.
Anyways, let's keep blowing on with
Wait,
this.
Vila, you're a furry?
Well, you didn't see her wearing.
so.
You didn't see her wearing the ears in the tail. Oh, never mind. That's something different. We'll talk about that later. Anyways,
Sent to the atmosphere of the actual what they call it in the global Earth model.
Well, they call it 62 miles. No, space doesn't start at 62 miles.
The atmosphere is 99% to that point. Is the atmosphere, to my knowledge. Yeah.
And then, I mean, the only thing I would say is if you would, have somewhere we could bet on that, I would bet against that happening because just based off of history that they've announced these.
Of course you would, because you're a loser.
There's going to be some coming. They're going to put people up in a balloon. They're going to put people up in a balloon. It's just never happened. So I'm just saying, just because another company's come along said they're going to do the same thing.
SpaceX just shot people up there like 3 times in the last couple of months or some bullshit.
Blue Origin
like
did it.
That's what I was thinking. I'm sorry. It was Blue Origin that just did it 3 times. What, in the last like 2 months or something?
Yeah.
They brought it was 6 people each time or something.
And then we just had the another crew go up on the Dragon, I think it was, to the ISS, Dragon crew or something, ISS.
And
so
then,
we're getting people up there.
And then Russia just, I don't know if they did it yet, but they are planning to send something to the moon. If they haven't already, they are planning that too. So you're talking about like almost every there's like 4 private companies and now 3 to 4 different space agencies around the world that are doing this.
India just sent something up to go to the moon.
Yeah, thank you. Because that's why I was saying 3 or 4 different thingy-mabobber, because now we're at multiple space agencies that are doing this crap. Not crap, but are actually proving this. So when are you flat earthers gonna fucking realize you need to fucking bow out of this game and go start another grift? Because you fuckers are losing this game so fast, it's not even funny. Because what did Jeranism just say? Oh, I don't believe in that. I couldn't imagine that, right? No, homie, look at the numbers. Look at the math. Look at what's actually happening. Just because
that's the problem with them. He's looking at the math.
He's smoking the meth, and that's different.
That's what I mean.
Jesus, I lost my train of thought.
Sorry. But yeah,
the problem is the math is there, and then they're just doing what's it called? Nuh-uh-ism, right? They're just going, oh well, I don't believe. And what do we say? Science doesn't care about your feelings.
Yep.
Math doesn't care about your feelings, you fucking idiots. Literally, once again, there's fucking let me say this real fast. Once again, there's people that spend their whole lives in a certain fucking category, a subject, in a field. They spend a gazillion years doing this and making up the math and coming up with these theories and make the structures of us pushing technology. These fucking flat earthers sit there and go, number's too big. I don't know. Oh, I'm just going to pretend. And this is scary. Oh, I don't want to believe in this. So what if you did a thought experiment? That's not how the world works with this. You can't do thought experiments with science, you idiot.
Well, you can to a certain degree.
Sure, if we're not talking about a scientific, like actual scientific discussion. Yes, you can have a scientific philosophical discussion, sure. But when we're talking about, but when we're talking about this, and we show numbers and we have actual data and we have people that are actually doing these things, and you go, well, like, what if I like stuck a mushroom up my butthole and then like the psilocybin made me see these things and I smoked DMT and then like I jumped off of a fucking in a cave into the water and then like, oh, I died because of no oxygen. Well, did that happen because of, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a thought experiment. It doesn't make sense. I don't care about your thought experiments, you motherfuckers. We care about actual data. Once again, if I fucking don't walk on glass the way that it's supposed to happen with the physics that I'm supposed to use, I slice my foot open and I have to go to the hospital, or I fucking bleed out and I die.
Mm-hmm.
Real life, motherfucker, not thought experiments. This is how real life works when you have to use gravity in your equation to make things work, you fucking losers. Ooh, I like that. Shamanic
colonic.
Shamanic.
There we go.
Shamanic. Okay, shamanic. Sorry.
Sure. Thank you for saying that. I love that. And that's what we did a lot of times with thingy-mabobbers. We stuck a lot of stuff up our butt when we were hanging out with shamans. But did that prove to the earth was flat? Hell no. It just made me see the globe way more.
I'll just put my 2 cents in.
The more drugs you shove up your butt, the more you're going to see the globe. I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
I thought we saw the globe because our eyes are spherical.
Yeah, it's because of the curve in my eyes, bro. Like,
that's what we say.
Our eyes are GoPros, dude.
If that doesn't happen,
yeah.
So we're gonna have to see what happens over there.
What do you think if you get there and you see the curvature of the Earth from 100,000 feet, and then you have Neil deGrasse Tyson saying at 120,000 feet that you would not be able to see curve? What would that tell you?
I heard that before, but I looked deeper into it, and they've said otherwise at 35,000 feet of what you could see. Whenever I fly to Israel, which is about 40,000 feet, I do see a little bit, but you could say that that's an illusion of the eyes.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, but if you
the Neil deGrasse Tyson thing,
that's been debunked.
He says that. Well, he's also an astrophysicist. He's going to say stuff like that.
Yeah. Once again, that technically has been debunked. I'm not saying it's completely wrong, but once again, Neil deGrasse Tyson is a character actor. He is a public figure. He's not a character.
You got to be careful. He's not a character actor. First and foremost, he's an astrophysicist. He only became more of an actor. Well, not really even an actor, just like a narrator, spokesperson.
He's a public figure.
There you go.
I guess is that he's a public figure that is put out there to help it make it more digestible for people to understand science. So the way that he speaks is more like a fifth graders, right? Yeah. He's technically talking to adults, but really it's supposed to be palatable for
he simplifies it.
Middle school and high schoolers. That's what he's literally supposed to be there to do. Just like a handful of other content creators and other people in the field. They're like when you go to a planetarium, right?
Thank you.
Say it, right? Planetarium.
Yes, sir. Planetarium.
Planetarium. Anyways, things like that. When you go to a history museum, you are not being taught it in an adult manner per se. You're being taught in a high school manner because that's most likely who's going to be going there, and that's who we're trying to teach. As Supergo said, he's a science communicator and educator.
Yeah,
there we go.
That's the better way to put it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, and that's what I'm trying to get at. Is he is not just a straight scientist that is just a studies. He is put into the public's eye so that he can explain things. That is the difference, right? And once again, some people will say things a little bit worded wrong. He may not have said every word in the proper order that made it,
or the way they wanted to hear it.
Yeah, and so now you're gonna pigeonhole it, you're gonna scapegoat it, you're gonna put it in the way that you want to see it, so that you can manicure it to make it fit your agenda. Right. But that's not how this works, because we can actually pull that out, and if you look further into it,
I had or comment on somebody. Remember that first black female astronaut?
Yeah.
She was on Star Trek after she was on the Star Trek Next Generation on one of the episodes. One of the memes was actress, whatever. or astronaut. It was like astronaut first, actress after she was an astronaut.
Yeah,
There's
and
the
if you-
difference.
And if you look at her acting, it's not
Mhm.
that great. Not to be a dick. I'm
Well,
not trying
she's
to
only
say-
done a couple things, but it's like on TNG, it was she was a separate character. She's
Yeah.
done like a couple other things, but it was as herself.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
voiceovers and things. So
Yeah,
she's
and there's
not
a
she's
good-
like a full acting career out of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, they want to make it out like this is what she was. She was always an actress. It's like no, you know.
And then really fast, everything that goes in front of a camera that's being that highly produced
Mhm.
that he would have been on is
Mhm.
in a script.
Mhm.
So if somebody in the field wrote the script and then an editor went through and rewrote the script, they would have changed the words and then he would have said it the way the editor wanted him to say it, not the way the scientist wanted him to say it.
Perfect
or the-
example, Cosmos.
Yeah, exactly.
Remember when they rebooted Cosmos and he was since obviously Carl Sagan died, he was the Carl Sagan part basically.
So when there
And he did it beautifully.
Totally. And so when there is a prompt that is going across the screen, you read the prompt. That's what you're
Mhm.
paid for. So if he said certain things wrong, it's not because he was saying that. I know he's being interviewed for some of them.
Right.
So it's technically off the cuff. But just because somebody says a word or two wrong does not mean that they are lying about it and or
correct.
Whatever that these idiots are trying to say. Let's keep blowing on because these
Yeah, yeah,
idiots
keep going.
got so much stupid to say.
Remember, David Weiss said spectroscopy needs a container.
Yeah.
He actually said that
That's ridiculous.
when he and Professor Dave had their back and forth.
Yeah, well, I can give you a colonoscopy outside of a container there, David.
You
if
could, couldn't you? Mm-hmm.
It
It seems like maybe he's had a few by the way he acts and looks.
He definitely he's probably had a couple things up his arse.
Uh-huh.
Definitely. But let's keep going.
Any
This is,
problem?
this is 120,000 feet behind me, just by the way.
Got you.
And that is
Jared,
also
on that point, I've
a
seen
wide
a lot
angle
of, like,
lens
commercial
too.
space flights that-
And
See how it's concaved?
yeah, and he's using that to his advantage.
Of
as he's
course.
talking about this one. So yeah.
that they're doing every few months now was like Blue Voyager and all these companies and
Blue Origin and
Blue Voyager.
yeah. And I've seen
okay.
videos of people going up and floating.
But even this Aaron gentleman doesn't know, but he still knows. You know what I'm saying? Like he's still able to like fucking prove these idiots wrong, even though he doesn't know what he's talking about. Because that's what most people in the world know is how the globe works, you idiots.
Floating and looking out the windows, and you can see the Earth out of the window with the curvature. And I've
Not to be a dick, but if this musclehead knows more about the fucking Earth than these idiots, like you guys just need to like quit your fucking fake jobs. Go get a job at 7-Eleven, you idiots.
only ever heard flat earthers basically say, "Well, it's just all fake." Is that kind of the position you guys hold on those videos?
You'd have to show me which particular one you're talking about because I don't put it past them that they can do like a reverse bungee jump, right? So what they basically do is shoot something up as high as they possibly can and then let it kind of float down so that the people get a little bit of time of what would be 0G, no different than a parabolic.
Yes,
What?
but the only thing is we have proof. So what he's trying to say is that if you slingshot people into space for a second and then come back down, you're going to have a little bit longer of a parabolic flight.
Technically, yes.
No, yeah, but no, we don't have proof of what he's pretending to say.
No.
Parabolic flights are only happening within a minute and a half, 2 minutes. Let's just say 4 minutes for the fuck of it, right? Let's give them the benefit of the motherfucking doubt. When you go and you look at the ISS fucking footage, especially the Simon Dan thing that he did for what douche nozzle fucking, I think it was Dearth, fucking Flat Earth Dave.
where he didn't even keep to the claim that he said he would, and now he can get sued for the money.
Well, there's the 3 different money thingy-mabobbers, but Simon Dan said go through the 50-minute ISS walkthrough.
That was Level Earth Observer.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Level
Because
Earth
I covered it
Observer.
too. Mhm.
Yeah, and so there are 3 cuts in 40 minutes.
It's a 50-minute video. I think it was longer, but it cuts off after 50 minutes. Yeah.
Sure. So them to be able to do parabolic flights for 20 minutes straight is fucking impossible. There's no way to fake this. And they couldn't have done it underwater because how are these people breathing underwater without a fucking... So again, you don't have a leg to stand on. You're like a no-legged pirate. You're just gonna fucking fall over.
There's actually a video out there. Where's Wally put it out of one of the Japanese astronauts and all the other astronauts, and they're in this like intersection where all of the different alcoves meet from all sides.
Exactly.
And all the astronauts go past each other. They're doing flips. He's directing traffic. They're going up through, and then they come into one big huge group hug at the end. If they were all on harnesses, they'd probably be killing themselves.
None of that makes
one
sense.
tangled mass.
Yes.
For real. None of this makes any sense for them to fucking talking because they're gonna like. It's always a straw man, and it's always a black swan that they can pull out of their arse to try to make them seem like they have a gotcha moment. But homie, a gotcha moment is not fucking empirical evidence and or to fit some theory to make it so that it lasts.
No.
Why do we still not have a motherfucking flat Earth map model, or at least a theory that shows us what they assume that it would be?
Why are there so many variations on what the flat Earth is?
Totally.
Why is it all so different with each person?
Some of them are like, oh, it's just a complete like pizza. Some say that it has like rocks that are forming on the bottom, and it's more like a triangle where it's there's a lot more Earth at the bottom. Then
some say dome, some say no dome. Some believe in space, some don't believe in space.
And then this douche nozzle flat Earth Dave just fucking went out again and said that aliens control countries and land that are outside of Antarctica because the government's hiding them. And so we could go out there and get more resources and blah blah blah.
Oh yeah, they show that map. They show that map with the small Earth and then the bigger ring and the bigger ring.
Yeah, we did that a little bit, but now
and everything's named, and somehow we all know the names of everything outside of those rings.
Even though it's hidden.
It's on the map.
But now Flat Earth Dave is saying that we're hiding aliens on those land masses.
Wow. Oh, that's right. How do we know they're just not from another part of the Earth? They're just coming over to see what's going on.
What's going on?
No, there's
going on,
aliens.
guys?
They're the one hiding it because they're
hey guys, what's
stealing
going
our
on?
resources. And just really quick, I want to show you all. Look how unamused he is. He is so unamused. Look at how unamused they are. They're so just like you douche nozzles.
Well, to be fair, you do have it paused too, so
but they do look
we haven't
very,
gotten too far
very
into it.
unamused.
Like kind of
Okay,
probably
let's
going.
keep going.
time. So that's what I think they're mostly doing. So I don't know.
But what I've seen is the
happening
William
every couple
Shatner
months.
video,
Right.
where he goes up to space. Have you seen that
Yeah,
one?
that one. Yeah, a lot of people have doubts about that one. He's 90 years old, 91 years old. It just came down.
And-
As soon as the thing landed, they get this huge jerky motion, but there's no ambulances anywhere around. There's no.
Excuse me?
Which is very strange.
They're in friggin' chairs.
And
He
also-
acts like they're like when they come down, it's like you're in an elevator and there's a big old thud and you're thrown to the ground. That's not what happens.
No, but like, I'm pretty sure there were ambulances around.
Yeah, I'm sure there were. You just didn't see them.
Yeah, and they were quite a bit away because if shit went down,
Yeah.
you don't want it crashing on an ambulance.
And if you had a medical service through NASA, if NASA has their own medical service, why would you have EMT? Why would you have ambulances around?
Well, then,
Well, he's talking about the Blue Origin thing.
Sure.
But I know what Bernice is saying. They have them parked far enough away.
Yeah,
they can call them in at a second's notice and get them right there.
Or there may have been a medical tent very, very close.
Yeah.
Did you notice it was a medical tent, or did you just look for ambulances? You dumb cunt.
But do you notice how ageist he was?
Yeah,
the man's 90 years old. Oh my God, he might break a bone. That's exactly how they're sounding. Like, oh my God, he's just ancient.
So
you don't know what kind of good health he's in.
For real. And remember, folks, they only let people do these things if they are qualified. If they have enough fucking oxygen, they're able to do physical things. There's a regimen you have to go through. You want to know why there's not very many fucking actual astronauts? Because it's fucking hard to be an astronaut, you idiot.
You're right. Even for that, he probably had to pass some sort of physical to make sure it was okay for him to do it.
Yeah, just like to be a fucking jet pilot and a handful of other things. Yeah, you have to go through the G-force thingy-mabobbers. You have to be able
there you go, Harry.
So if you can't do that, then they're not going to let you on, you fucking idiot. Just because you douche nozzles don't understand the concept of how this fucking world works doesn't mean we don't. Like, dude, how is my dumbass being a carny smarter than you, Dave, Witit, and fucking jerking offinism? Serially.
If you had a 90-year-old man crashing in that craft, you would have an ambulance somewhere near.
He didn't crash.
If they were faking it, would you think that that's the first
He
thing?
didn't crash.
Well, I don't know what they would do. I'm not faking it, so I don't know if I've ever put together a checklist of really what I would do to fake it. But it just.
Well, then try it, bitch. If you're so fucking awesome and you're so amazing, try to fake it, you fucking cunt.
It seems kind of weird to me that all the rich are the only ones going to space, right? So it's Bezos, it's Elon Musk, it's Richard Branson.
It costs 60 fucking five. Oh my god!
They are not the people going into space. They are the people paying for it.
Yeah, and people are paying. People are paying hundreds of thousands of dollars to go into space, just like to go to Antarctica, just like to go to other places to go climb fucking Mount Everest. You have to pay a gazillion dollars to do it. You want to know why? Because it costs a lot of supplies. You have to have other people that go support you. There has to be a lot of things going on at the same time for that to happen. You fucking weirdo. What the fuck are you talking about?
You need to have special training. Then you need to have first aiders with you. You need to provide all your own first aid equipment to go as well, because they don't want to waste what little they have over there.
Yeah, exactly.
There's nowhere for you to go if something happens, if there's an injury. So
Why
you need to bring that shit with you. Like, it's not that you can't go. It's just, it's difficult to go because you need so much equipment.
How does this motherfucker think that homeless people can just like go walk to the fucking base of fucking Mount Everest and then just, hey, can I get up with y'all? And they're like, yeah, let's just give you all the tools to go up there. No, dumbass. Yeah. It costs a lot of money. That's why rich people are doing it, you fucking idiot. What the fuck are you talking about? You do not know how fucking the world works if you actually said that fucking thing. Again, they're so privileged being fucking white fucking. Their mamas gave them everything. They're probably still being fucking given stuff by their mamas. They all probably live in their mama's house. Yes, do I live with my dad? But there's things like I have to deal with him going through cancer right now. So that's another thing. I don't really, I would love to.
Also, you are not like saying that you are like the bestest person there is, you know, like and
yeah,
like,
I'm a horrible person and I'm shitty at life, but like, dude, y'all, how do I figure this out more than y'all? And then how do you honestly ask that dumbass question? You literally just said, why do only rich people go to do these fucking rich person stuff? Are you an idiot? Hey, why do only rich people got a Bugatti? Why do not homeless people got a Bugatti? Why did they spend all their money instead of getting the alcohol, they're going to get the Bugatti and then they're going to have a place to live? What are you talking about, you loser? This is so fucking dumb.
It is dumb, isn't it? Yeah.
Son of a bee sting.
And since they're almost
it is very expensive to do something like that.
Well, I mean, the price has gone up versus everything else that's gone down with technology. It just seems that space is the only thing that's like too hard for people to do. It's just got to be governments.
Except for like the bottom of the ocean. There's other things.
James Cameron is a billionaire and he has subs he takes down into the water, into the ocean. He's been on the Titanic many times.
There's other places to go to other than space, you weirdo, for billionaires to go do. You fucking idiot. It's all to Africa. It's to South America. It's to
the thing is, it's easier to accomplish going to space than it is to accomplish going down to, say, the Marianas Trench.
That's why we've only, I believe, have discovered 4% of the ocean floor or something like that. So
we know
again,
more about space than we do our own ocean.
Exactly. So once again, idiot, you are conflating something that's not actually happening.
And these rich billionaires who are the only ones who can go to space. So
what's the problem with that? Just out of curiosity.
Well, I mean, if you're talking about 1972, we had Pan Am booking flights to the moon. So it just seems like things are moving a little bit slowly. If we're just now starting to get people, and we're not putting them in space, we're throwing
that citation needed. That's lying. Like at one point in time, what I think they were advertising something like that.
Yeah.
But there was no actual like following through, or it was a joke, or it was part of an advertising
that's what I'm thinking.
campaign. I think that's what it was, if I remember properly.
throwing them up really high and they float down for.
And if Mama, if you could find that,
I'm looking it up right now.
And they're floating down.
Yeah.
They're really
What it is
they're floating down, bro. But like
what it is when they shoot like Blue Origin up into space, they're literally going to the Kármán line or past it.
Yeah, just
but
past
it pushes it up, and then what comes up must come down.
Yeah,
it is a one big.
Yeah, Blue Origin, I believe, is a suborbital flight. They don't go into orbit; they just pop their heads out like, "Oh yay, we're in space," and then they drop down.
Yeah, they have so many minutes of free fall where they're floating around.
Yeah.
And then they start coming down.
At this point in time, we're at multiple minutes where a parabolic flight in atmosphere is like a minute and a half, maybe 2. But now we're at like 5 minutes or 7 or something like that, I think. Anyways, if I'm ever wrong, please, I'm just throwing at numbers that I remember, and I'm not making exact numbers and saying this is an absolute, because that's not what we do on this channel. We throw out information and we look over these idiots, and my dumbass is just a carny, and I just go over what I remember. But most of the time, I kind of remember close enough to stuff. But then we have our lovely Vila, who proves me wrong constantly as well. So again, if
those
my
Pan Am things are in chat. The link.
Okay. So if my numbers are off, that's why we do these things. I'm not saying I'm an absolute. We're going over these things to actually have an intelligent conversation, to go through it with multiple people, and also making fun of these idiots. But anyways, I'm going to blow.
And I like these guys interviewing because they're not just going, well, okay. They're actually going, well, why this? Why that? Making them explain.
Yeah, and that's why I wanted to go over this, was because they're actually pushing back, because they're not flat earthers, and they actually do make these idiots look pretty stupid.
Yeah,
a lot of the time.
They don't need much help anyway, but
No, this Jason guy is fucking amazing, bro.
I looked up the parabolic flights.
Yeah.
The typical parabolic flight that they do is 25 seconds.
Yes.
Of 0G, followed by 40 seconds of 1.8 G. If I'm not mistaken, because they don't say it, I believe that is moon or Mars gravity. One of the two.
They do those flights. They'll do like ones where they take the parabolic, where you're like what will be on Mars, like the moon. I think it depends on how steep the parabolic is or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I was saying like a minute and a half, maybe.
But the thing is before you hit the microgravity, there's no gravity. You're being thrust up, and then when you hit that, so there's like a jolt from there, and then when that gravity starts depleting, you're gonna get that force of the gravity taking you down. It's not graceful. Basically,
you get thrown to the ground as if a wrestler was checking you into the mat.
While you're going
what
up,
it feels like.
While you're going up in that parabolic flight,
you feel
you got
crazy.
double gravity going up, double gravity going back, gravity going back down.
Yeah.
The OK Go video where they're on the plane, they had to cut it precisely, and even then they still got frames of them getting caught with the gravity.
Yeah.
They could not get quite exact. Yeah.
See, that's the other thing these douche nozzles forget is exactly how this works when they're doing these certain parabolic and blah 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 flights. whatever. Of course they don't, and they don't understand the concept of. That's why they still think the ISS tour that just happened, that Simon Dan and a handful of other people went through, is fake somehow, way, shape, or form. Even though it has like 20 minutes of like non-cut.
It's about 40 minutes or so
for non-cut
because I know totally uncut, where he's going in and out of alcoves and flipping and everything.
So I know that there are 3 cuts in it. I just don't know exactly where.
Yeah, one's in the beginning, and the other one's very much toward the end. No, it's 28 minutes. I'm sorry, in between.
Sure.
At the third cut, whatever. Anyway,
but again, there's no way for them to be faking this.
No, there is no way.
By using parabolic flights or, like he said, slingshotting people up into space for like a hot second and then them coming back down, still would only be minutes and not 20s of the minutes.
Jaron calls it bungee cording. That's not. No, it's not bungee cord.
That's not how you would do that.
That's not how that works.
No, you wouldn't slingshot people into space that way.
No.
So that is not Jerkanophanism. Like he does not understand like very much. He is a loser, just like how Witit gets it.
This is his livelihood, his job. He knows he has to keep up with the pretense of this BS.
Well, that's the same with these other 3 as well. Flat Earth Dave and Witit Gets It and Jerkoffanism, they all make their money by doing this bullshit. And so, of course, they have to pigeonhole things, and they have to make people think that they know what they're talking about by straw manning the fuck out of so many things that it makes it work for them. But what's great is these wonderful gentlemen, although the dude on the right's not putting in very much, but Jason is pushing back like a mug as we keep watching. I'm gonna start this. I'm gonna use the loo and get more ice, and then I will, as soon as I come back, we will stop it, because we should be able to take like 1 more minute of their idiocracy without me being here. So let's blow on, and maybe we'll do a shot right after that. We'll see.
For 4 minutes. That's what people are excited about now, is that space. 4 minutes of floating time. That doesn't impress me, not versus what we were told we would be able to see. If we went to the moon 50 years ago, you would think we'd be a lot further along now. Like right now, people cheer like crazy when Elon Musk sends up a rocket and it comes back down and lands, right? But 50 years ago, we sent people inside there to the moon. And then it landed.
That's
they got out.
quite different than landing.
Launched again, connected with the orbiting craft, came back to Earth, dumped in the ocean. So we shouldn't even be impressed that Elon Musk can land a craft on Earth. Big deal. We landed people on the moon 250,000 miles
Can
away.
you land a craft back on Earth, Jaron?
With the fact that
no,
so
shut
all
the
the highest
hell
technology
up.
to themselves and not give them to the plebs. More so than the Earth's flat, they're trying to hide it from us. I think rich people just want to keep advanced technology to themselves.
I think that's true. I've often said
No, they
it's like, that's
don't.
why they push STEM, right? They want that corner of them because if anybody discovers something or they want to be there. They want to be there.
They probably have bases on the moon they don't want us to know about, so they're not going to get us.
Oh my God, no!
Let's dive into one of the, before we get into like the questions, because we have some like big picture questions as well with water and gravity and things like that. But I have one question that I really want to start with because it actually came to my attention recently. I saw some videos about it. I wanted to bring it to your attention to see what your thoughts are. So question number 1 is, how does Antarctica get 24 hours of sunlight at certain times of the year if the Earth is flat, according to the flat Earth model?
We don't believe that it does get 24 hours of sunlight. It does get daylight. And my understanding of that is it has an interaction with the way our Earth is encompassed. Like, I'm not saying that we're inside of a glass dome, but the light reacts like it's in a dome. Austin,
no, it doesn't.
You want to jump in on that?
You can actually see the sun itself. And there's a video of that.
There's 4 videos, and yes, we are saying that they're fake because we've proven that they're fake.
No, you haven't.
They
took the one that was looped. They didn't take the one that was not looped.
This to me is. There's 24 hours of sunlight. Aaron has friends.
There's one that's looped, but it does show 24 hours of sun. It's just looped.
Yes.
Just to clarify, we know that you can get daylight, sunlight, but you don't see the sun in the sky for 24 hours. On a globe, it needs to be the sun's in the sky for 24 hours.
No, it doesn't.
With coffee cup caustic on a flat Earth. This is one of the fake videos, actually. So that's what's super. We found them editing the video.
This is the one. I remember this one. It's the one because they had like text over the layers or layered over the video or something.
No,
like on the mountains. If this is the one I'm thinking of, they had like just because they had text on it or something.
Jesus.
I believe it has north, south, east, and west.
Yes, and they're like, oh, they're editing the video.
you can see it here,
They're
like,
overlaying text,
yeah,
you dipwads.
They found them editing. Like
Yes.
to me, it sounds like them walking in on them, like, "Oh, you're editing it." Oh, yeah.
How dare you? It is altered.
Red-handed.
They're telling you exactly the cardinal directions, you numbnut.
You fucking idiot.
Now,
All right.
to preface David Weiss's thing, he thinks that sunlight and daylight are two separate things.
Oh my God! Because
Never once have I heard him mention the Rayleigh scattering, which is what causes the blue and causes the light like it does.
Okay,
That's Rayleigh scattering.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That's why at dusk and dawn, the light, because it's the shorter light waves getting to our eyes, it's red and orange, versus when it's up higher, it's blue because that's a longer wavelength, I believe.
Okay,
Or I might have flipped them, but anyway, they're different wavelengths, light wavelengths.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've never done this before, but I think maybe we are going to start this as a thing. Let's collectively think how we're going to post on the comment on here saying that we're going over their content. I know we're going to get more copyright strikes because of this bull, because they're going to hate this, but I think we're going to get a crap more ton views if we can start commenting that we did a review. So I'm going to say we did a review on this
on the first 15
interview, but let's think of like one or two things to rub them the wrong way, like, but the thingy-mabobber is this, not of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are the like top things that we can take the piss out of them that we've gone over so far? So let's kind of think about that, and we'll come up with something. And then live on the chat, we will post a comment under this video before we leave. So let's just think about that.
That they think you can slingshot a metal can full of rich people into space.
Okay. Let's remember like that. Put that in the private chat, and then something else, and we'll blow from there. So that we can
something about the parabolic flight, like.
Well, sure.
That's what I meant. That's what I said with the slingshot in space.
Yeah. So let's do making fun of the slingshot in space, and let's think of like one other thing, and we're going to post live before we get done. From now on, in all the people that we review, even if we're reviewing somebody we like, we're going to go in there and we're going to say, hey, we just did a review of your video. This is amazing, or blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to try to get us more views. I'm trying to figure out ways for us to get more attention. You know what I'm saying? And like, if it's negative, it's positive. I don't give a flying F at this point.
Well, Slim, you're in America, so if you don't mind it being negative, there are certain things that happen to you. Never mind. Just put your guns away.
Hey, if you don't show up on my property, I ain't got to shoot you in the face with my shotgun. You know what I'm saying over here? No, I'm just kidding.
I was just thinking about more people. Let's keep it at that.
Sure, in Minecraft. But anyways, so we're going to do that in a second, because I was thinking about doing that. I know, but I was thinking about doing that the other day, where we're going to let channels know and videos know when we go over their stuffs. Is that a taser? Is that the projectile taser? Ooh.
You could also share this on your community tab and tag their channel name in there too.
Ooh,
all the handles.
That needs to be full screen for a sec. Let's get some crash for what? Ooh.
Is that the projectile one, or just the put up to the? Oh yeah, I see. It's got the cart. Yeah, there is the cartridge. Okay. Oh yeah, totally. Yeah,
oh wow.
Yeah, good times.
Oh, demonetized. Apparently,
yeah, right. That's one of the only tasers I've not been tased with so far. So I've been tased with most.
Okay, Slim.
Yes.
You guys are gonna meet up next year.
Yes, that's the plan.
How much?
if when we meet up next year, if we get $200, I'll let Skits tase me with that taser. Yeah. We'll talk about that later. Anyways,
Yeah, if you're not quite sure what it looks like, go look up slow-mo guys taser. That's all I'm saying.
yes. I don't know why my pot keeps tasting like seeds and I keep not finding any. That's really weird, but I don't know what's happening anymore. Maybe there's one stuck in my pipe. God damn it.
Oh, I know. In the UK, they'll do things like powder the seeds and stuff, and then put it in there, so it gives it the smell. But it's not strong weed, but it makes it smell strong.
Nah, this stuff
They
is
do
like
lots of
24%.
tricks like that.
Yeah, not here.
Ah.
Every once in a blue moon, you will get the seeds in there, and like I think it's just I don't know. Maybe I'm just drunk. Whatever.
Once in a while,
Anyways,
you get the seed in there. You get the seed in me all the time. Oh,
you know when you get the seed up your butt, you're gonna be tasting it for weeks. Never mind. We'll talk about that later. Anyways, let's keep blowing on. So that's what I think we're gonna do from now on is we're gonna let whoever we're going over know at the end of when we go over it. Actually, if I was smart, we'd go over the beginning of it to get those people here, or I don't know. We'll figure it out how we're gonna do this. Commander, just let us know if you do that, and we'll bring you in for sure.
Hey, Commander.
The Ninja Turtle families, I love them twos. So, anyways, let's blow on with this.
And in like layering the clouds and then repeating. Clouds don't repeat 24 hours after one another. That's one of the biggest sketchy things, actually, is that there should be hundreds of these videos. When you look at the government Antarctic cameras, they never show the sun 24 hours. I know a former NASA employee that was stationed.
There's like 3 fucking 24-hour cameras in the North Pole that you can watch this bullshit. What are you talking about, you loser? Literally, you can look up 3 of them right now and watch this shit.
In Antarctica in the time of the year that should see the sun 24 hours, that he never saw it once. So doctored footage just makes it even more highly sus. You can have the light.
So if you have,
I don't like debating people because master debaters are really good at deflecting and using tactics. And you can fire hose us, you can straw man us, you can strong man us. There's a handful of other tactics you can use while debating or master debating that I don't like to go against people. I would rather us just go through this shit, have us tell people what is wrong with it, and instead of them trying to pretend that they won in the debate. That's the problem. I will never feel like I won in the debate because I'm not the one who's going to be here to fire hose a subject or use certain tactics, because that's not how my brain works.
And most of them it's just better to point and laugh.
Yeah, and then say what's wrong with it, and then not have to have the rebuttal per se. Although that's what the side chat is live for. Is if any of these douche nozzle flat earthers want to come in here and try to rebut us, then I'm down with that. But yeah, these guys aren't master debaters. You're right. But I do not want to deal with the way that they want to debate, because that's not how I work. And do you inhale so you has a plant and it grows inside of you?
Unfortunately, they gish gallop far too much. And so
exactly.
You never have enough time to debate all their points. And because they've given so many points, like the fire hose, then it's like they will call out what you didn't refute and say, well, I won then because you couldn't say anything about that. But it's like, I had to already mention the 30 other things you said.
Yeah, and it's also like a thought experiment with philosophy. What if you had a dinosaur that was sitting on top of a
No, but
human, and why did they not
you-
make a fossil because of, like, what did that have to do with anything? God damn it. Okay, let's get back. They do things to make it so your brain goes off topic, or
you could do the same, like
just like I did.
Like come up with a list, like 15 things, and like give them 5 minutes to rebut all of them.
Yeah, well, the only problem with flat earthers is they're really good with their butt, but they won't admit that they love getting it in the butt.
Right.
Anyways, let's keep
I'm no flitter. Oh wait.
They love ass play. Flat earthers love ass play. That's all I gotta say. They love the roundness of people's asses, and they won't admit it.
Flat earthers love ass play. Never gonna give you up.
It's okay. Anyways, let's keep blowing on.
Little one would murder me if she knew I could have rickrolled someone and didn't. She takes her rickrolling very seriously.
Very seriously.
Oh yes.
She
actually is a master rickroller.
She is. Hey, Commander, how are you doing?
Hey, Commander.
All right, you guys got to check out the Ninja Turtle movie. That's where I just came from.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Yeah. I took the kiddo and we saw it in 3D.
Oh, nice.
I'm definitely down to see it.
It's just with 3D, I cannot see
They probably have 2D versions as well.
It gives me a headache.
Yeah, I can't either. I can't deal with that.
Yeah, but then you should pay attention to what type of 3D they're using, because there's some cinemas where I don't have that problem, and cinemas where I just hardly can watch the whole movie.
I haven't seen a 3D movie in the theaters for a gazillion years because I
Me
just
too,
don't
but
go to the movies very much anymore.
Yeah, me neither. I don't have anybody to go with. So if anybody knows anybody in the Netherlands,
go by yourself.
Bitch, I'm not going. Like,
I thought
the 40-year-old
was about
not
to
going
go buy a
myself
wife.
to see the Barbie movie. Okay. If I've got somebody to go with, I wanna see it.
I'm the same.
I used to go to the movies by myself all the time.
Yeah, but a 40-year-old dude going alone to the Barbie.
There's nothing wrong with that.
But there's
That's more common and less looked down upon than a woman going to the movies by herself.
Nowadays, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
and
anyways,
especially like with the your average range for the Barbie movie.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Depends on the movie genre.
Sure. There's a lot of adults that are seeing that, though. But anyways, we'll blow on. And I love how, really quick, I love how Ben Shapiro said that the Barbie movie was going to go downhill after the first week because it was so woke and so feministic and blah 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 yakety schmackety.
I've seen posts where they said it was full of demons and it will throw demons upon you.
Yeah, I know. It's just so stupid. They're making it more than what it is. They probably never even watched it. It's just they're throwing all this connotations at it.
Like all the men complaining about it. Like one of the best quotes I've seen for it is, "It's not for you."
Mm-hmm.
It is a movie that is not made with the male gaze in mind and for male enjoyment in mind. And it's granted, there are movies that try to pander to both, but this is literally meant for female audience and minority audience, like LGBTQIA
to make them feel
audience.
empowered. To make them feel empowered. Yeah.
And it's a fucking joke. It's a Barbie movie, you idiots. Yeah. It's not real life. It's not real.
I've heard really good reviews on it. I mean, I usually don't rely on reviews, but everything I've heard on it, people in reviews, people love it.
Yeah, except for the fucking hardcore fucking religious
That's why I want to see it. I want
about it.
Demons.
Yeah,
but anyways. Demons inside me.
Yeah, Charles is right. Barbie has always been a feminist toy. She started as a fashion doll.
Yeah.
And then she developed to be what she is now. Barbie, because I looked this up the other day because someone was doing a live stream and asked, has had over 200 careers.
When I was little, the only Barbie we had was the Barbie, and you got the had like it looked like a little, what I put, like a little suitcase. You open it up, and there's like little hangers in there. You can hang up the clothes, put the shoes on, and everything.
Like
that was the original.
Where Barbie was like
yes.
a fashion doll, like not a
and
model.
then they became
It was meant to be a fashion doll, not a model
Yes.
again, because like there was a difference.
Yes.
And then they realized that like the kids didn't really just take the clothes on and off. They like to play fantasy with
Correct.
the doll.
Then they came out with
Then we had,
Malibu
like,
Barbie, where you
Shaw.
had the bathing suit, and you had the Barbie camper, and you had all
Well,
this stuff. Then they
and
started coming
then-
out with Barbie doctor, Barbie secretary, Barbie, and all these different Barbie occupations that you
After
bought
they came out with
separately.
their cousins and
Yes,
the,
yes.
the sisters,
But
or
then you
whatever.
bought those separately. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I had them
Yeah.
all. Don't worry about it, honey.
Never did well because someone talked about this as well, and I really agree with them on it. Because mostly, why would you pick Ken? Right? Nothing special about him when your brother has fucking Action Man.
Yeah.
Who has a helicopter.
Yeah, we already-
who has
we
a
already-
stealth bomber. Who is like cool and able to do this
Mm-hmm.
and that.
It technically, Super Ghost, it technically wasn't a sex toy. There was a French or Italian doll that they had made that was a little bit more sexualized for that
Mhm.
culture, that they modeled it a little bit more off of here. So it was just more off of sexuality a little bit more, and not a
And
sex toy per se.
Do you remember? If you guys remember, there was a time when with the Barbie with her measurements, they
Yeah.
said she had to be like
not-
7 or 8
it's
feet
not
tall. It was not realistic. They said her.
So there was
She
so-
couldn't actually
Yeah.
walk.
Right.
She would have fallen over. There was a weird thing about the dolls they had over in the Europes in a couple places that they kind of can link to like being like for a sexual fetishy kind of thing. But
Okay.
once it was over here, that's not why the person who made them. It was made to be an inspiration for women and to be pro-feminism and stuff. But at one point in time, there was a place where they were making these weird sexualized dolls for a fetishism type of thingy-mabobber, but that again, that's here nor there. Once we got to them bringing them here, and yes, at one point they did have unrealistic body standards, but they weren't made for old men. Hold on. They weren't made for old men to buy them to jerk off to. They were made for that was different once it moved here.
Yeah,
and
no,
the
but, like,
unrealistic body standards had more to do with being able to patent the thing than anything else.
Probably.
And that was another thing. And the way that they could mold it in the molding process to make it from the plastic, that was kind of the same thing with G.I. Joe back in the day. He looked like this big flumpy man because they needed to make the arms move a certain way and they needed the joints to be a certain size. So the first G.I. Joes were very, very like clunky. And then they were to make them a little bit better and smoother. And then it was a process thing.
It also was kind of like you can be a pretty woman and still have a job.
Yes.
And not like if you're a pretty woman, you're not necessarily somebody's toy or you know what.
And that's why they had them becoming doctors and surgeons or other things that were like further up the chain than just being a nurse, housekeeper, cook, or something like that. That's why she has 200.
Physicist Barbie, there's been brain surgeon Barbie, president Barbie, game developer Barbie, astronaut Barbie.
And of course,
like
Ken is
said,
still
like over 200 careers.
And of course, Ken is still the middle stall worker.
No, but that is actually a thing that I like about it. Like the dude he's okay and he's a good looking dude, But he's nothing special.
Yeah,
That's not. Yeah,
and
in
I
this
kinda
world,
like
in
that
this
about
world,
it.
that's not the emphasis, and that's what that works. And it doesn't matter that that's a thing because that's one of the only worlds that's happening.
He's. How do
who
I
cares?
kin this?
It's a
Do you remember?
fucking world? And
Do you remember
even if it was
the bad
real, that was-
Ghostbusters with all the women?
yeah, and everybody
They
puts
had
their-
Chris Hemsworth be like their secretary.
Yeah,
and they
exactly.
totally emasculated him. That's
Yeah,
kind of what I
yeah.
see with Barbie and Ken. They had to have some guy there,
Yeah,
but they
and-
promoted the female more than the male. You know?
and it
Yeah.
was a
Hey,
joke.
come on.
We were
Barbara
not
needs
in
somebody
this.
to fuck her.
In this, and,
Come on,
in
what
this
else are you gonna do with that strap on?
Well, in this universe, there is a way to make fun of that or to jovialize that in the way they did. It was not demasculating people technically. It was having fun with the dichotomy of flipping the switch to some extent.
Correct.
So the world didn't change. Not every man's a little bitch and is under their wife's heels because of that. Yes, are there a lot of men whose balls are in their wife's purse? Fuck yeah. But that had nothing to do with what we're talking about right now. So, anyways, so blowing a little bit further with this idiocracy that Witit Gets It has. And Witit Gets It, why did you not turn it on to dark mode, you asshole? I fucking hate white
I know.
mode.
I hate.
Turn it to
so
dark mode,
stupid.
homie. Literally. Flat earthers, I don't think they even they're so dumb
They
they don't
don't
even
even
know how to
know.
turn it. Yeah, they don't even know to turn it to dark mode.
If you have people in NASA that are telling you that, but you have other people that are saying the opposite and showing videos, how do we know who to believe?
Well, that's right. So anecdotal evidence, wouldn't mean anything, which is why I brought that up, because you said that somebody says they've been there. Well, I know someone that worked for NASA and was stationed there and said you never see the sun in the sky for 24 straight hours in Antarctica. You will see.
It depends on where you're at in Antarctica, by the way.
Well, and it matters on what time of year,
There's
you
a certain
dumb cunt.
Yeah, there's a certain latitude.
And I'm sorry. I just don't fucking trust him.
No.
He's probably just lying. Like, why would somebody that works for NASA talk to a flurf about stuff like that?
They don't.
They
When
don't.
The Flurfs were prowling the areas around NASA Langley. Basically, everyone knew not to go to certain parts, less a certain. God, I'm trying to remember his last name. There was a Nathan prowling the parks in Hampton Roads.
Okay. But anyways, you need to look at the research, the who's doing it, where, when, and how. Go and research behind the things. Don't just pigeonhole whatever you feel that is going to give you the answer to whatever you want it to be.
And
Deny.
like
It's very
for
easy
this
to
one
explain why you
also,
would see light for 24 hours.
like they say, like, oh, I've talked to a ex-NASA employee.
I talked to one.
Okay. Which employee was it? What's his name?
Oh, I can't give the name out because they don't want
Like,
to.
even if they would have said it's Joe, it would have been so much more reliable. I talked to Joe. He worked at NASA. Like what
He cleaned the bathrooms.
Yeah, he was a janitor. Yeah, he was a janitor.
Well, if he was a janitor and he was stationed at the North Pole or South Pole, hey, then he'd still be able to see the sun. Like he'd
True.
still be able to see that. So, and maybe he was stationed there while it was dark.
Hey, just because he doesn't have custody over his son anymore and he can't see him does not mean that that's what we're talking about. I'm sorry.
Well, see, here's the odd thing with Antarctica: in the winter time or the summer, the summertime down there, where it's our winter. Guess what? They get 24-hour darkness. How does that work?
Yeah, exactly. Different parts of the year, it's all light, and the other parts it's very dark. You idiot. I mean, that's how the fucking world works, especially when we have a tilt on our globe that does change through different seasons. There's a reason why we have seasons and why they flip from one side of the planet to the other. You fucking idiot. How do you do that on the flat Earth? There's no way to have multiple
you can't
seasons.
do that.
The sun moves to different orbits around
The sun
North Pole.
spirals, so when it's up in the northern hemisphere, but it doesn't work.
And for some reason at the edge, it goes back. I don't know.
Well, and why do we see the stars flip when we go from north to southern hemisphere? Because there's a fucking ball that we're on, you idiot. I mean, literally, like, how dumb do you have to be to not understand this bullshit? Seriously.
And the orientation of the features of the moon is dependent upon your latitude.
What's exactly like?
Makes sense.
It's ridiculous. How do you fucking you idiot? Son of a bee sting.
So I'm looking at 24-hour darkness, and like there's only a couple places that get 24-hour darkness or sunlight. I mean, so it's like Halley Bay only gets maybe three or 4 days, maybe 3 days, 4 days the most.
Yeah.
The South Pole gets maybe 7 or 8 days at the most. It's not. It's not perpetual. You know.
No, there's more darkness 24 hours on the Earth than there is sunlight.
Yeah.
But that still proves the fucking globe, you idiots. Like literally, like Jesus Christ, goddamn Sydney. She's a Jewish ninja penguin. Sydney says that she is one of those. That's I knew it. But anyways, that's what we're speaking about. You fucking idiots over here. Like, you know, you can't be a top G if you believe in the flat Earth, because you can't go Bugatti if you don't believe that there's.
And see, the other thing too is that with the North Pole, if the sun is always circling, why does the North Pole 6 months out of the year get darkness?
This is redonkulous. Like, none of this makes any sense.
It makes no sense. The sun just doesn't arbitrarily stop to make a night on a flat Earth. Photons don't do that.
Yeah, and if you look at the flat Earth and you fucking have it going around the way that they say, it wouldn't make any sense. And then I forgot his name, but he told us that, like, even if the Earth was flat, there would always be a sun that you could see 5 degrees above the whatever.
You would never not see the sun. It would never get far enough away where you would never not see the sun. You see stars that are much further away.
If the Earth is flat,
some way.
If it was a flat plane, the sun, like, doesn't matter how far, it would not be able to.
We'd see the light.
Get far enough.
There's always be some sort of light.
There's always light. There's always a straight line from there.
Hey, if the Earth was flat, why does that son keep trying to contact me saying that I'm his illegitimate father? No, I'm just kidding.
But then again, the sun, if they claim it's like 3,000 miles up, it would never get far enough away to set anyway, because it's too high. It would be too high up, and we'd always see it or its light in you know.
And then why would this happen in these places? It wouldn't make sense on a fucking flat Earth anyway. So let's keep blowing on. Hold on, I'm gonna read this real quick. The polar bears suck up all the light. Exactly. Yes,
that's right.
What happens? Their white fur sucks up the.
Is that what they be when they become black bears?
Exactly.
Sorry.
Guess what I'm doing with these last comments.
I don't know there, sir. What you did? What
do you think?
Making it into
throw me through AI.
Sure, brother. So let's see what happens in that second. Let's just read this right quick. NASA's monitoring ozone in the atmosphere above Antarctica, above other things. Exactly. Everybody's monitoring everything. So none of this makes any sense because you idiots are not actually going and doing your own research. And you're like, oh, let me go prove something. Go fucking go rent a boat. Go rent a crew. And go take it to some place that you all say that we can't get to, because literally you could do it. The only problem is it's really, really hard to get to those places, you fucking idiots.
Hours in Antarctica on a flat Earth.
Do we know that all of Antarctica gets 24 hours of sunlight at that time of the year?
Only
Antarctica is enormous.
Yeah, it's a certain portion and a certain time of year that's supposed to get the 24 hours.
Yeah, so maybe your friend was at like
because it makes sense.
Antarctica that didn't get the 24-hour sun. We have to verify that, right?
Maybe with a lower clearance also, because most people don't have clearance to go to many places in Antarctica.
And the only reason that's happening, before Dave puts in his fucking 69 pesos that he wants to throw in, The reason why it's that hard to go over these places is because if you fucking what pilot wants to go fly over very, very sketchy parts of the world? Very rarely. You're gonna have to pay a lot of money, and then their whole fucking people that go along with them, right? You have to have like the other pilot, whatever it's called, and then the crew and blah blah blah, yakety schmackety. You gotta you have to rent the fucking plane. You have to do all this other bullshit.
And to fly over, it's expensive because you have to have safety equipment on board in case you crash.
And that's exactly what I'm saying.
Cold weather safety equipment.
Yeah. So what ship captain, what plane captain wants to take you for free over these places?
And most people that are in Antarctica freaking work there.
Yeah.
So of course you're going to have a clearance to work there.
Yeah. Go ahead.
And they do have a C-130 that's specially equipped to take off and land at the geographic South Pole area, but it takes off with rockets because it's so high, the air is thin.
Yeah, it's what, 14,000+ feet?
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah, exactly. So once again,
that's what Jeranism said.
So exactly, there's a lot of things that these people that have smooth, small brains don't understand the concept of maths.
No.
Because you have to do all these weird things if you're in you're in freezing temperatures, to get lift is a lot harder.
High altitude.
If there are Arctic winds,
less air up there. Less air. There's low air pressure up there.
And being cold and hot changes molecules as well, right? So then you also have Arctic winds. You also have let's go to the other side. Desert winds, right? Heat and then cold, not being in the same place. I'm talking about if we were going from different places.
Antarctica is technically a desert.
Sure. But once
it's
again,
not a sand desert, but yeah.
But what I'm getting at is it is very, very hard to be there or Death Valley and to do certain.
That's
things.
true.
We're going to extremes. The extreme versions of these are very hard to live or to get into. Just like getting to the bottom of the ocean, just like getting ourselves into near space or space, right?
Yeah.
It's very, very hard to do things. You want to know why we know this? Because otherwise these douche nozzles would have fucking done this and fucking tried to prove it themselves. But when they tried to say they're going to do their own research, they realized, oh my God, it's going to cost $12,000 to get myself somewhere or to go to this thing or get a Sherpa to take me up the mountain. You know, it's hundreds of thousands of dollars to have these things done. So yeah, and it's desert, not desert. Never mind, I'm just no,
arid, but it's classified desert though.
Yeah.
There's a term. There's the term, the category desert.
Desert only applies to the fact.
I was making a joke about dessert and desert.
Oh, desert, dessert.
Yeah, no, I was making yes, but same thing.
Why is dessert stressed backwards?
Yeah. So that's the other thing is frozen air water is different than colder environments. And then the desert is the moisture and the blah blah. Yeah, that's what I was getting at, Edison. Thank you very much for reiterating that. But that's what I'm getting at. These idiots think because they live in their air-conditioned little fucking mom's basements that their parents probably pay for them to live in. And yes, I live with my parents as well, or my father, but that's a different story. And I don't claim to be an amazing, knowledgeable person. But anyways, and I'm only here like half of the year because I tour. But these idiots won't even go outside their house to figure this stuff out, where I literally go tour the country and try to go as many places as I can and talk to as many people as I can as well, and not be stuck here just bathing in the bubble that they live in. They live in a motherfucking like hardcore bubble of each other jerking each other off. That's literally what happens in this thing they live in. You can hear the sounds of the tundra in Canada. I'm sure you
tundra is what frozen ground. So I think you could hear the noise when they you know how like when you're on glaciers and they crack and stuff. Yeah. That kind of thing.
And then flat Earth lives in a brain cell desert. Exactly. Yeah, we can hear the ice. You can hear
he said thunder. I think it auto corrected.
Oh, it was thunder. Yeah, it was thunder. But
I don't know why it
you can
auto
hear the ice
corrected that,
cracking.
but okay.
And like, I mean, literally. So, anyways, blowing a little bit further with this because again.
Well, Slim, like I'm gonna be an asshole because I am gonna kick your share for a second.
It's heave. Okay, thank you.
Because we're all gonna love looking at the pictures of Sydney.
What are we doing?
Well, Sydney just said what was it? She's a Jewish ninja penguin.
Yes.
So I went to the AI website.
Are we?
Oh
are
no!
We, are we
He made
doing?
a picture.
So we're doing this right quick.
It's
He
just
made
a
a
few
picture.
pictures.
Oh, there you go.
This one is meh. This one is cute.
There we go. There we go. There's
more
Sydney
like
right now.
No, at the last. Well, keep going. Keep blowing on.
And then we got
see.
this one.
Oh my God,
that's
those are
fucking
cute.
amazing.
Those
That's not.
are adorable.
Unfortunately, that's not. But keep blowing on.
This one is awesome.
Okay. Well, yes. Yeah.
Like a cyborg.
There we go.
That one's
that's
cute.
It's kind of funny. I do like this one.
Yeah, but it's the second one.
I like the second one. The second one to me is more Sydney.
That's Sydney, the second one for sure.
The cute ninja. This one.
That's Sydney.
That's
if you want to use any of these as profile pictures for whatever, just hit me up. Because
yeah, and like, if you're not in Barry Def's
Barry Def.
Discord.
Yeah, we played Phasma with him for a little bit today.
How dare you? How, if you're not in his Discord, how very fucking dare you ableist scum. Join his Discord right now.
That's right.
Burn in hell.
Hey, find
invite.
We'll get you all one. I'm not gonna post it here because he's not here to let me. But we have an AI war every single day in his Discord, pretty much. Somebody posted an AI image, and then we just sit there. We just like post all these.
It's difficult though because you got to get so precise with your words to get really good images.
Yes. But that's what's so funny is
we did this one well. Ninja penguin, and I like the really
Okay, well, hold on.
Pretty cool as well.
Let's just have fun with AI right quick. Give me just a second, and then we'll get back to these douche nozzles.
Remember what you use.
I have lots of stuff. Come on. Oh, give me this one. Oh, it's right here. There we go. It's right here. All right, here we blow. So I've been doing a bunch of AI stuff. And here we blow. So here is the aliens. I was trying to do aliens faces.
Oh yeah.
Wait, this
then
also this video.
Skateboarding cyborg.
Oh, that one's cool.
And then
the taco making.
The taco one, yeah.
Yeah, the taco making, and then it's.
I love that little dude on the left with the little taco.
So it's
so
a fuzzy tacos bartender making a drink or something like that, and then just some outer world alien.
That's good for Barry right there.
Making a fuzzy navel.
It was almost that. It was almost that. But yeah. But then Barry as a Barry, and then we did cyborg priests. So I have cyborg priests.
These are going into.
And then that's Skits.
Oh, look at the cutie!
Logo. And then I have Slim Beer. Yeah, Slim Beer. That's the new Slim Beer commercial. And then Beavis and Trump being interviewed.
Beavis and Trump.
Which one is
Beavis and
which?
Trump.
Exactly. Yeah. And then just more like beer ads or whatever. And then, a Bugatti scooter. That's what a
there you
Bugatti
go.
scooter is. And then a Hick McDickerson.
Hick McDickerson.
And then I have no idea what the mouse.
What was
Oh my God, that's
thing is.
cute. Actually,
Does it not say the name?
that's very cyberpunk right there.
What was it again? Because
I don't
I think
remember.
you did this one live on
No.
stream, wasn't it?
Okay, pancakes, Tuchus, furry, gradient hamster, tentacle, potato, hydraulic. That's what it was put in.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so that's what it was. Ah, damn it. Okay. Anyways, all right. Let's get back into the idiocracy.
Had a little
of
palate
this.
cleanser there.
Yeah, that was definitely. Even though I've got a couple more palate cleansers, but we'll go from there. All right. So let's just keep going a little bit further.
I do too,
with
Edison.
this.
And we can dive for a solid hour. Darren's done a bunch of videos where he's contacted bases in Antarctica that have their webcams that do just a live stream of the outside in Antarctica, and every single day when there should be.
So he contacted them and they didn't get back to him because you're a fucking idiot.
24-hour sun, there was 10 hours cut out of the day, cut out of the loop. And when he contacted them, Jaren, let them know what they said.
Well, they just said they didn't have enough bandwidth to send the full day's worth of footage. So I just told them, because they've got basically like 6 years of webcam footage, but every day is 10 hours cut off. So I told them,
No, it's not. You're lying. That was not true. This is bullshit.
People would appreciate if you did 3 full days and take 3 days off rather than to be the South Pole webcam. But what do you think people are going there to look at? You go there and there's 6 years worth of footage, not one day.
But okay, let's say this is true, which I don't believe that it is. I think he's fucking lying about this. There are still 2 other 24-hour cameras up there, down there, wherever, that are recording this. You fucking twat. And there's also satellites that are 24 hours watching these places as well. You fucking idiots.
Yeah.
Well, 24 hours of footage. Every day is like 16.
There's uncut footage
I
of
haven't
all
reached
of
out
this
to them, so I
shit.
don't know, but to me that
I've seen footage of and nothing was cut out. It was continuous.
And even if there's
We've
shit
all-
cut out, as long as you see midnight with a sun, we're good to go.
Yeah.
And literally,
It's like
you
that
can
when they
go
showed
to-
the sun, it had a watch so you could see the time click off
there's-
as you were going.
There's 2, if not more,
Mm-hmm.
of these that fucking show this shit, you dumb coons.
There's
And
people
then
that have
also
taken their
the-
cameras out there that were not the live cams on the buildings. They did it on their own with their own cameras.
And if you look at their footage comparatively to the footage of NASA or the other
Mhm.
things, and you put them together at the right time, they fucking match up. Oh my Jeebus Christ! How does that work? How do multiple different people that are independent
they all they were all edited by the same person.
they all work for the NASA? There's no way it was going to happen without them being paid by the NASA. You know what I'm saying right here? Right? No, of course, dummies. Like literally, there's no way for this all to match up if it was being paid off by governments or whatever. Like there's no way there's this much cohesion with governments. It does not work.
Even
that way.
governments that hate each other.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Russia would love to prove us wrong. China would love to prove us wrong.
North Korea would love to do that because it's proof that look how good and great we are and how the bad rest of the world government lies to everyone.
Exactly. Fucking
Like,
Kung Pao Chi or whatever his name is, he would love to prove us wrong and say that he came up with. Oh my god, I love how I butchered his name so bad.
Stepsister, because now he's just a cocked puppet for the sister who's really the powerful one.
Even if she wanted to show how much she could squirt into the atmosphere to get, never mind, we'll talk about that later. But
to seed the clouds to create rain or something.
She was cloud seeding with her vaginal
Even
squirts.
women
Anyways,
can be tyrants.
Exactly. Well, duh. I mean, we've seen that throughout history. There's been a handful of women that have been obliterators. So that,
too.
exactly. Similarly.
A woman that's slightly a tyrant. Never mind.
Yeah.
God, you're one
Yeah,
of the ones
but
that
it's-
get turned on by Maggie Thatcher, aren't you?
Yeah, the problem.
Oh my God.
No.
Well, yeah, the problem is with them is they're fun to fuck until they kill you. That's the problem. Is
I just have
they
this
eventually
Margaret
will.
Thatcher cult naked on a cold day. Margaret Thatcher naked on a cold day.
Oh, gee, yeah,
Austin
that's
Powers
right.
thing.
Austin Powers.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That's why you make sure that you kill them before they kill them. In Minecraft.
Well, that's my problem. Is I won't do that first. I will unfortunately. Never mind.
Hey,
we'll
guess
talk
what?
about
Even
it
in Minecraft,
later.
the sun goes underneath the ground. So does the moon.
Yeah, Dave. No, I'm just
It doesn't
kidding.
go in circles around.
It doesn't go inside Uranus, okay, dummy? It goes under the. Never mind. Although I would love to stick it.
Because then the sunlight will still hit you.
See, what I would really like to do is I'd love to smack Flat Earth Dave across his face with my cock so that he can measure the curvature later. It's not straight, homie. Never mind. We'll talk about
Why
that
does he get
later.
the one?
Well, we already did that with you the other day, and we'll talk about that later anyways. So let's keep going on a little bit further with this. Yes.
Purposes and reasons for that to be.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned the sun, right? Like the idea is, if you see the sun in the sky for 24 hours, that's what the globe predicts, and how would the flat Earth explain that? But that's not what happens, right?
But we just saw that in the video.
So explain it.
That is
you
what
big
happens.
cheese.
That
Where's
is
your-
what happens.
Yeah.
You're just denying
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, and explain it with your model, you dumb cunt.
In 2015, when we
Just
started
more
this,
nuts.
there was zero videos.
Exactly.
So we came
That's
out,
all
started
they
talking about flat
have.
Earth. All of a sudden, some videos started to come out, and here's even more proof of globe believers not being skeptical at all. Science believers are no longer skeptical; they belong to a religion, because what they did is they brought.
Why do you say science?
F you,
believers,
dude.
though? Certain things in science, that's not a belief. It's called science because.
So if we did if we looked it up right now, most scientists or people in the scientific community, at least 40%, if not 60, still believe in a deity or a god or something, right? So you assholes telling us that all scientists are non-theists.
Or atheists. Basically, I think they're all atheists.
Exactly.
Mhm.
It's motherfucking bullshit, homie. Who was the first person who figured out that the Earth the Earth is the sun is spinning around the Earth. Sorry, it was a fucking Catholic, right? It was that one dude in 1600 whatever, and he was.
Well, he happened to be a Catholic priest, but he was also an
Yeah.
astronomer.
Sure, but again, it was not. He did not do it because he was.
He didn't do it for the
or
church.
it was anti.
Correct.
Exactly, exactly, and that's where they keep fucking this bullshit up. They keep saying it.
What they actually wanted to do is try and show and understand as much as possible of God's creation.
And that's what they're flipping around now.
And
Honestly,
why they call science a religion is because they think we take it all on faith. We don't do anything we don't look at the evidence. We believe what we're told. That's indoctrination.
You got
Flat
to be
Earth
very
is indoctrination.
cautious. Oh god, yeah. You got to be cautious though when back then assigning religion to anyone basically, because you were forced to be a believer and you were forced to believe in basically whatever religion the ruling monarch was. And even if they are monks, that doesn't mean they are believers. Families would force their children into the monastery or to be nuns. Sometimes homeless women that had no dowry to get married would become nuns, and they were it was this whole thing, and they were the nuns that were famous for making lace and stuff, and it doesn't mean any of them believed in God. It just meant that that's somewhere they could go and have a meal every day and be safe.
Correct.
Or their family made them join the monarch.
I saw that,
the
Slim.
monastery.
I didn't
Get
mean
what I
to
mean? So Yeah. It just again, like, just because he was a monk or whatever, Catholic, doesn't mean he believed in God. It just meant that, like, that was the religion of choice of the day.
And the thing is if the earth were really flat and the Bible said it was flat, we'd all be indoctrinated in that. We'd have it for a long time. There'd be indoctrination in that. We would question the globe like they're doing. Like, we'd be flipped. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, all this is idiocracy because, like,
It's
when
just
you were homeless and you had
so
nowhere to
dumb.
go when you were younger, what did you do? You would go into the church to get like actual food or somebody kind of handout.
Mm.
That's what the Christians and the Jebuses did.
Yeah.
Around here, when you were a homeless kid here where we lived, or in California, in San Diego. What you did to go get free food is you went to all the churches, and every once in a while they would give you a free thing to stay in a hotel, a voucher to stay in a hotel. So that's why we used them, is because they were the ones that were giving the crap out.
It's not like they've used anybody. Oh, never mind.
Well, I mean, I definitely didn't get abused in Christian school or anything like that. No, never. That never happened to me.
That priest used your body. The least you could do is use them for a night in a hotel once every so often.
And to get a loaf of bread or, you know, like a little bit of food for sure, homie. So anyways, let's keep blowing on with this for a little bit longer because the idiocracy is deep with these ones.
I'm the first one to say that there's been over the past 3 years a lot of things.
Anything can become
a lot of things.
Yeah,
Right?
but practical science, things that we can touch, computer science, my phone, my car, things like that are proven every day, are much different than the distance of the stars, the size of the sun. I mean, those things are not proven to anybody. You've
They're
never measured
based
the
on the
size of the sun,
same
and
calculations.
Yes, they are.
How does your GPS work? How does your 4 or 5G or whatever work?
System. Well, there are certain towers around the world.
And that goes through globalizational positioning. I know I said that drunkenly, but global positioning, literally.
Ground
I did.
Ground positioning.
Testicle positioning. That's the way that works. No, I'm just kidding. No, but like it's all about the globe of my testicles.
It's all about the balls, baby.
The roundness of my testicles is how this all works. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, like these.
No dig.
She was no diggity, but never mind. We'll talk
No
about that.
diggity, no dick,
No diggity,
baby.
no dickety. No, I'm just kidding.
It's all about the balls.
Anyways, let's keep blowing on a little bit further with this idiocracy, and then we're gonna disprove all of this crap in a 11-minute video. We're gonna make a 6-minute video by using 5th grade math. So just give us a second. I'm gonna go a little bit further, and then I have a thing just gonna disprove all of their shit by an actual scientist that's going to disprove their idiocracy.
Okay.
So
I just got a notification. 30-minute warning until What the Beck's going live.
Oh,
like yeah, he's one of the people that I have to shout out.
Yeah, of course, and put their thingy over this stuff.
I'm looking for it as we are speaking.
I just wish they wouldn't do these things after, because I'm too exhausted after we do these.
It's unfortunately further. With YouTube, we can't just cater to everybody. There's not enough time in the day.
Yeah, no, I understand. So, everybody go there after here and go watch them. So let's blow on a little bit further.
Does anybody you know? So it's just something that is a belief. That is a belief. You can pretend like you know, or you think people know, but it is a belief, right? How do you know?
But there are things in science proven that are showing a lot of things when it comes to Antarctica, the North Pole, the South Pole, the sun, how it moves.
Yeah, exactly.
The Tropic of Cancer, the Tropic of Capricorn.
What do you mean? I guess I don't know what you mean by things are proven there. What is proven about the tropic?
I would say through mathematics, first of all, right? Science tries to back up all theories through mathematics. And if I know you guys would probably say that their models are flawed or made up or whatever, but the mathematics according to their formulas always check out, which is why we can know the mass of planets, spectroscopy, and all these other sciences.
Math doesn't work actually. Like when they use the mass, the gravity for the universe, right? It's off by 96%.
Gravity of the universe?
Excuse me, Witit, I think you're wrong.
So you're saying that we somehow didn't understand this? No, you're an idiot, homie. Literally, he's correct.
All that stuff is. It's just, but we do have the mathematics and the science to know that we don't know.
Right.
And we're not 90% off of not knowing a certain thing in a certain
now,
thing.
Do we know the distances to stars is absolute? No, we don't know. We can speculate by measurements that we have now. Yes.
And we're very close to understanding that because of distancy thingy-mabobbers we can do with light and other things that bounce off of light.
Yeah, we know how fast light travels. It's not a hard concept.
And we have sound waves and a handful of other things. And as we're sending things into space, they are pulsating other things, radio waves.
Pulsating, baby.
Other things, right? Light waves in different shades. The red spectrum and the blue, and then the other, right? So we're going through and we're figuring stuff out, and we're using other things to figure out something. That's how we found on Planet X, right? We saw it going behind another thingy mabobber, and then we saw the pulsating through it going through
the
that
star dim and things like that. Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah. There's way more, and that's the problem with these idiots.
I think that's how they found. Was it Neptune or Pluto?
They found that one of those gravitational anomalies in the rotation of Jupiter.
Yeah, something like that. Anyway,
that was calculated, and Neptune was Uranus, or Neptune was actually calculated from the orbit.
It was Neptune.
Because at first they didn't see it. They were like, "Oh, there should be something there," and they looked and they were like, "Fucking hell, there's something there."
The only reason we found Uranus is because I probed it. But anyways,
that's right. That's right. It was because your probes. Yeah, they heard it screams, and
let's
there it is, right there.
We have to go on a tiny bit further so that when I show this next video, it will all make sense, because they're getting into this. Them not understanding the concept.
I love how he mentioned spectroscopy, because my brain went to spectroscopy needs a container.
Yeah. So the way to look at your ass through a camera only needs a container. Yes, your anus is the container that we
Uranus
need. Never mind. We're gonna.
Oh my god.
The math isn't even close.
What do you mean the gravity for the universe? What do you?
Like when you apply the theory of relativity, which is the modern interpretation of gravity, the heliocentric model and the universe, right? It doesn't account for 96% dark matter and dark energy. And this was discovered in 1933.
Because dark matter, dark energy are theoretical.
Mass for the galaxies, and only 1%.
We're getting very, very close to understanding it, but yes, it's a theoretical.
They're just dark matter and dark energy, just placeholders for what we don't know. Yeah.
So why are you going to throw this? Yeah, why are you going to throw this into that equation right now?
I know, it's so
There's
dumb.
no reason for you to use other than
basically dark matter and dark energy would have a better name would have been unknown matter or unknown energy.
Well, they're the absence of space. Technically, that's what they are.
Stuff
that's
in between.
That's the thing. That's the thing that people don't realize. It's the absence of stuff that is the in-betweens of everything. So it's the oxygen. The easiest way to put this is pretend there's oxygen molecules in between everything around you. But let's just say that's not an oxygen molecule. It's an absence of a molecule. So there's still space between everything.
Yes. So we put names to it for placeholders until we finally do come to find out what it really is.
So if you thought of
there's nothing that we can currently detect.
Yes.
But there's obviously things between things. We know there's empty space. We know there's empty molecules between certain things. And that's why, again, it's an almost vacuum, because there is the lack of molecules between other molecules, but there is molecules, and there is asteroids, comets, there is space debris, there is your mom's vagina, there is
the space-time foam.
A vacuum is the lack of stuff.
That's what exactly dark matter.
The universe has stuff in it all the time.
Yeah, but that's technically what they're saying with that is it is the lack of molecules that causes that. Does that mean there's a nothing there? No, there is a space, but nothing's inside of that space per se. And again, it's not 100% that we know exactly that. It is, to the best of our knowledge, there's an empty space there that technically doesn't have molecules in it, but is probably filled with, exactly.
It's like a flat Earth's head.
Quantum potential.
And atoms fills in the quantum potential. So there is a potential for that to have molecules that it says it doesn't have. So that's an empty space that we consider. So that's a black zone or a dark zone.
Yeah. Right.
So that's what these idiots don't understand. Like, oh my God, how does my dumbass know this more than this?
Because we learn.
We know.
We learn. They hear this and go, no.
They're doing
Prove
this to
it.
make money. They're doing this to make money.
I know.
They're grifters. They do this to sit around and do nothing all day. Well, we work our asses off to fucking work. And I do these punk ass streams and I swallow a sword and all this shit. I work so many hours a day.
See, they also know that if they go against what people want them to don't want them, then they're ostracized. A lot of people see David Weiss as controlled opposition. They see Mark Sargent as controlled opposition.
Same with the fucking yoga bitch. What's fucking yoga bitch's name?
Eric Dubay.
And then fucking what happened with fucking goddamn, what's his name? Not conspiracy cats, because that's not what's his name? Fucking said to the big fat guy that used to be the thingy, whatever, it doesn't matter. Yeah. He said that he was going to quit flat earth if somebody could show him
Mark Sargent.
Thank you.
That's Mark Sargent.
Yeah.
MC2's been on his ass about that for a couple weeks now.
Yeah. And so that's that's oh my Jeebus Christ. Shut up, Charles. God
Charles,
damn you.
I'm sure he's drunk by now, so we got to forgive anything he says.
No, I know. I already know that. And I know
he's got a drunk brain.
I know you're joking for sure. Taboo
conspiracies. He's a known liar. He's had people on his show and claimed X, Y, and Z, and they were like people acting. It's been proven they were not who he said they were.
Yeah. Okay. So what we're gonna blow to now is I'm gonna go ahead and do this. We're 19 minutes and 50 seconds into this, but we are going to go to the Math Institute.
Okay.
And we are going to learn about how flat Earth is fake with 6th grade math.
Oh, is this Kyle Adams?
I have no idea if that is who it is.
Flat Earth Institute, I believe, is Kyle Adams. We'll find out when you play it.
No. This is the Math Institute.
Oh, Math Institute. Okay.
Yeah. And here we go.
Okay. No, it's not. You're right.
So I came across a video the other day on YouTube where a guy was saying that the Earth must be flat because buildings aren't crooked. And essentially, here's what his
really
original video is in the description for you.
No.
Here's what he's saying. He's saying that if you had a flat Earth, and you built a building
a little bit for
scale,
sure.
Scale.
I know.
Well, we know it's not to scale. We know it's not to scale. We know that.
Then if you were in these upper left corners here and you drop the plumb bob, we always see them.
Sorry. God damn
You
it.
just want to play Jackbox, huh? All right.
Yeah, totally. sorry.
Where a guy was saying, however, the Earth was
back here.
round, then the plumb bobs go to the center of the Earth, and here's what would happen instead. Instead of pointing straight down, they would point towards the center of the Earth.
Yes.
Which is straight down.
And so the corners of our building should be crooked, like this.
Yeah.
And as you can see in reality, they hang plumb. That's what you see. That's reality. But we're going to go with the globe theory because we've only got theory.
What is that?
So we're going to tie my new plumb bob over to the center of my little Earth, my globe Earth. And ironically, the keys hang just down with the plumb bob as well, naturally. So now you can see this angle of the roof to the wall has changed from 90 degree to 75 degree. If we're going to keep.
And so he says, since we don't see buildings that do this, that seems ridiculous.
Oh my fucking God! He does. Does he think buildings are that tall?
With this to show
on
what
the
the angles
Earth?
are, and does really nice.
He thinks buildings are
so
that
here's the
tall.
problem with his argument: is his scale is really off. and scale makes a big difference.
Yes.
So the building that he uses is probably around 2,000 kilometers tall and about 350 kilometers wide. That's my
2,000.
estimation by looking at his diagram. So if we built a building this large compared to the Earth, we would have a
my
problem
God.
with the walls being vertical.
Yeah, you
However,
would.
if we think about the Earth as being about 6,100 kilometers, this distance here, this building here is probably around 3,000 kilometers across and maybe 800 kilometers
3,000.
tall. I'm just estimating here. And if we had a building that large, yes, we would see the effect of the curvature of the Earth and
Yeah,
these
we
lines not being
eventually
vertical.
have
That would
to
make a
at
huge
that
difference.
point
However,
make
our buildings are so small compared to the curvature of the Earth.
There
that
are
it's
certain
really
bridges that
Literally.
Yeah, exactly. Literally, there are bridges that are that fall apart. They have to go through mathematics,
Mm-hmm.
but not
there are
buildings.
bridges that are
no.
closer together at the bottom than at the top, and they're
Yes.
still plumb.
Yeah, and how many motherfucking times have we fucking shown that shit, y'all fucking weirdos?
I know.
Literally, we fucking
But that's
shown that shit.
fake!
We fucking yeah. Well, that's what. Oh, it's the trick of the eye because somehow we used a fisheye lens when I was jerking
Right.
off, and I took a photo with this whatever the fuck it is. I don't even know anymore.
Negligible in what we see. And so just to say that is one thing, but he does a good video about really doing the angles and doing the math, and,
so
and the
stupid.
math
But
is
it's
correct if we had really large buildings.
If you had,
So what I would do with my students is let's actually do a real example and see what happens and see the actual difference. So we could do this work by measuring the angles and finding the angle difference here, which is fine to do. But in order to do that, we might need to know some trigonometry and some other things. But we can just do this really with similar triangles, and that's what I'm going to show here today.
Yeah, so we're gonna do the
So,
basic math.
If we took this line here, this line that's going to go
I
from
think
building to
there's
Never done
meth
structure
heads.
before.
I think they
we make a
do
right
math.
triangle by cutting this building in half and going straight down.
Yep.
So imagine the building is actually this trapezoidal building rather than the
So
rectangular
then it
building.
would be that,
It was this
yeah.
large, and these lines were plumb. In other words, we took these and we made these going towards the center of the Earth. Then the roof of our building is longer than the floor of our building, and it's
Mhm.
smaller by this much right here.
That
so I want
much,
to calculate
exactly
this
similar.
length right here. I want to see how
Geometry.
much off the building actually
I
is.
know.
So just for an example, we'll take the widest building in the world,
geo.
which is the New Century Global Center in China.
To be fair, I didn't
And this
learn
building
geometry in
is
sixth grade.
500 meters across. And
Wow.
Before I looked into this bullshit, I barely knew any of this stuff.
I
And then,
know. Me too.
I'm like, oh my god, I know so much more.
I never got
math
past
than-
algebra, trigonometry, and geometry are way over my head right now.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
But
Multivariable
still,
calculus.
now we've almost learned all this stuff.
Yeah.
It's just hilarious. That's why I love about Flat Earth Dave. He's like, you globetards don't know anything about this stuff. And it's like, actually, now I know way more about this
Way
than I
more.
ever did
Mhm.
because
Just-
you all idiots.
Yeah.
You know what I say? Never stop learning.
Yeah, and like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, like I did not for like math. I did not have that high of a level in school, but you realize the game I'm playing currently, you do need a basic understanding of rocket science.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, in the COBOL thingy right that you're playing.
You need to
right?
learn. You know some physics too. I'm sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you have to know
there's just-
propulsion, and then that's
Yeah,
what's great.
And like, especially when you started off and you had the base game, like you had to do all the calculations yourself, and like there's still certain calculations. I actually fucking bought a separate calculator for this game. So I have a calculator next to me, like, oh yeah, quickly calculate that. Like,
Yeah. So Commander, restart all of the different devices. If not just your whatever is your main device, and see if that works first. Otherwise, then we'll talk. But yeah,
okay. No worries, Commander. We'll get. I'm sure we can get it figured out. Help you get it figured out.
I just restart all your different devices or the whatever you're using.
Yeah, and Commander, there's this one thing. He's gonna be live tomorrow again. So.
Well, and we have a way to make it so that we can't hear your fan on over here. There is a new what's it called? But it doesn't matter. We'll figure it out in a second because we're almost done here because I am about ready to pass the fuck out.
Yeah, and Beck is starting soon, so we want to be
Beck
sure.
is starting soon. So,
Yep.
anyways, yeah. So let's go a little bit further into
and
this.
100 meters tall. And I'll do it in kilometers. So 500 meters across is half a kilometer.
La-di-da.
and 100 meters tall is a tenth of a kilometer.
How many eagles is that?
Is that you cropping it?
How many sheep
So
is
right
that?
outside of
I want to know it in
the
sheep
roof of the
units.
building then will
Yeah,
be a
totally.
quarter of a kilometer across.
Really?
And we need to find this length down here. How long would the bottom of the building be? And then we could subtract that to find that difference right there. Now, the radius of the Earth is about 6,371 kilometers. And so that's the distance from here to here. So we actually have two right triangles here. We have this large one that goes to the top of the building, and we have the smaller one that goes to the base of the building. And I'm going to redraw these triangles so that we can compare them.
The Pythagorean theorem here.
So this triangle on the left
Yeah, pretty
is to the
much.
top of our building. That's that quarter kilometer there. And then the height
Okay.
is
And
going to
then
be
there's that.
6,371.1 kilometers. That point one is
But I know that's way too big of a number for you idiots or a flat earther. So
including the height of the building on top of the Earth.
Scary.
This
Yeah,
other
too
triangle, which
big.
goes to the base of the building, we don't know how
And
long
then
the
it
base
would
is,
be.
but the radius of the Earth is 6,371.
So we have that number.
And now we can set up our proportions to solve for this length here. I'll do the
Now you can
internal
look
ratios.
for x.
We have x over 6,371.
There we go.
Is equal to 0.25
And
over
that's how you do
6,371.1.
maths.
We'll multiply both sides by 6,371.
And then-
I thought Drux would have been more exciting than this.
Yeah,
Sorry.
well, unfortunately, we're well, anyways.
You don't find math exciting? I love
Stuff like this can be you little, people that don't know math probably can be a
And
little
that gives
dry.
us a
You
length
can't
of-
make
It is
really
very
math
long.
like this
2, 4,
exciting.
9, 9,
And it's
9,
try, but I just
6,
wanted to
7,
go over
6.
this before we go.
Yeah. Although I have no
And the
issue with
original
it.
length was 0.25. So to find out how much it's off by, we're going to do the subtraction. So we'll do 0.25.
This is what
minus
you
this
need to
result.
do. This is how you actually do maths, and this is how you actually do calculation and the scientific method, you weirdos.
And we get
Mm-hmm.
this number here. So this is how many kilometers off it's going to be from being perfectly vertical.
Yeah, he was.
Now this is
totally
in scientific
too wrong.
notation and it's in kilometers. So to get a better sense, let's go ahead and multiply by 1,000 to find how many meters
A
it
couple
is.
millimeters, right? Oh,
And then we can multiply by 1,000 again to
And
find out how many
then-
millimeters it is.
there we go.
Exactly.
So that's less than 4 millimeters. So if we used a plumb
So-
bob to measure the size of the buildings, would they be parallel? No, they would be slightly off on a curved earth. However,
Mhm.
the amount is so tiny, it's so imperceptible that
And for that large of a fucking thingy-bobber that they're fucking
Yeah.
crying about, you weirdos, like you idiots don't understand the size of the earth, and that's the problem. And that's exactly what they just
They
proved
don't.
right
They
there.
don't get scale, do they?
No, they don't understand scale at all, and that's the whole problem with this.
They hear like the equator, the Earth's linear speed is 1,000 miles per hour. To them, that they think it's like ground speed, like we're going to be driving 1,000 miles an hour. A plane's going to fly 1,000 miles an hour. When you look at it from the Earth perspective in the scale, it's not very fast.
And we're already talking about us moving in a
The
constant.
hour hand moves on it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's twice the speed of an hour hand.
Yeah,
Half
it's ridiculous.
Half the speed.
Half the
yeah.
speed, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, if you look at the one I love to go to is that the Epic Discovery, the moon transiting the Earth,
Yeah.
and they show like a 5 hour, all these pictures that they took pictures, but like 5 hour, the Earth didn't really move that far in 5 hours, rotate that much in 5 hours.
Exactly.
Yep.
So if somebody will put Beck's link in the side of my chats, that would be amazing.
Dumbass.
I am
I
definitely.
looked up his stream and I forgot to share the link.
I'm definitely not going to make it there
You
tonight.
did
I'm-
earlier, but I'll share it again.
Yeah, no,
That's
go
how I
ahead and
found
share
it.
it.
I put it in now.
I already did. I just
Oh, yeah.
I beat you to it.
No, I didn't.
I did. Mine came up first before on
No,
my
mine
thing.
came up. Oh, wait. No, wait. Let's look at the comments in the.
Sure.
Fuck shit. Fuck it, you stupid cunt.
Anyways.
I also
Anyway.
wasn't first in the stream. I didn't first it. For fuck's sake. But for
Well,
that,
that's
I
how-
played
that's-
They put him first.
That's how the world works with the difference of the.
Women should always be first.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, well, there's
Yeah, totally.
there's this area where I always say ladies first.
Okay, so
I think you
anyways.
get what I mean.
I know what
Yeah,
you mean,
It's
brainless.
a shame it's the one area he can't provide that.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Mila. I believe you've heard of first person accounts of that.
Okay. Anyways, let's blow on. Let's get the fuck out of here. Tomorrow is effing funny or something, I think is what we're doing. I don't remember 100%. Wednesday, I have to drive down to Denver to go pick up promotional stuff for the tattoo convention. So I should be here back in time for the stream. If not, then that may not happen on Wednesday. And then Thursday, we're doing Daniel Pratt is CGI.
and AI, CGI or AI?
AI or whatever.
AI.
Both.
I'm going to
Either one works.
Yeah.
I'm going to drop you a. Can your OBS run a MOV with transparency?
Good night,
or
Edison.
OBS do a chroma key because I have a water heater that I did for the Shills Halloween special.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't have OBS that I run, but we can figure out something.
You're running green screen as we speak.
Yeah, so we'll figure out something, and I know we can make that work for sure somehow. I just don't know off the top of my head how that, but we will figure that out for sure.
That Daniel Pratt thing, you got that set for tomorrow.
Daniel Pratt is tomorrow. Okay, we're doing Daniel Pratt is not real tomorrow. And then Wednesday, I have all the stuff set for it, but if I'm not back in time, we're not gonna do it because going down to Denver and coming back sometimes
I have one
for Thursday.
You don't have one set for Wednesday. There's none.
Yeah,
Thursday,
I don't have one yet.
Got stream snipe.
Yeah, and that's god damn it! That's fucking Andrew Taint and Candace Owens.
Oh God!
Is that the interview?
Yeah,
That's
I think.
Stupid.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be stupid. It's not gonna be fun. So anyway, thank you all very much. We're gonna blow out of here, and we'll see you all tomorrow for
those that didn't get to watch my premiere, I had a video about Daniel Pratt today on a premiere.
Yeah,
I haven't covered him like in 2 years. I thought it was time to visit him again.
Well, he just
how was he doing?
Back up. But anyways, everybody please go there.
He's doing well. He's actually got a job. I'm surprised. Yeah, he's not sitting behind his garage. He kind of is in his garage. But
did we make up a name for his water heater?
No attention.
Yeah, we need to make up a name for his water heater.
Because he doesn't have a water heater anymore though. He hasn't had that for a year.
But we still need to make up a name.
The water heater defected to the Shills.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, if you look at my thumbnail, I have a water heater in it. And it says, "I miss you, Danny."
Yeah.
Hetty.
My thumbnail.
Hetty the heater.
Sure. If we can still get that involved, especially we can make it an AI, a chat GPT thing with him.
I almost have a file. I'm looking for the file that I used for the Shills Halloween special.
Okay.
And you
Charles just said bartender just cut me off.
See it. Yeah, we can see it.
Oh, just now?
Oh.
Then he needs to get fired.
Yeah. We'll have to use that some way, shape, or form somehow or something. Okay, thank you all very much. I got to get out of here.
Thank you guys.
Yeah. We'll see y'all there. And everybody go to Beck's and go and show them some love. And everybody go over there. I'm exhausted from working and partying and all the fun stuff I've been doing in the last couple of days. I've been out on the town the last couple of days.
Yeah, so, you've been busy.
Yeah. So thank y'all very much. We'll see you. Night, y'all. Everybody say bye.
Have a good night, everybody. Bye.